if you're just joining in, I have a very dear nerdy friend, Nerd Report,
Really? Really?
aka Lewis. Are you so shocked?
Look, I'm not shocked about the nerdy part, but dear, man, that's like a
Dear?
promotion. That's a
Yeah,
promotion.
yeah.
How you doing, John?
My very beloved buddy.
Thanks,
It's,
man.
yeah, it's going good. This weekend is going to be pretty interesting, pretty exciting.
I'm
And
already exhausted.
you're already exhausted.
Yeah, I'm already exhausted, man. I need some sleep. All right. Bye, everyone. I'm done. Thanks, John. Thanks,
Goodbye.
people.
We're done. Yeah, the tomorrow. Let's talk about like the most exciting thing that's happening for you tomorrow morning. You have the Mandalorian
Yes.
event. I didn't get my confirmation yet, but I think I might try to just go, and I don't know. Depends on how I feel, because a part of me just doesn't want to travel all the way to LA. But you're excited. Go.
Man, you got to have that eye of the tiger and bite the bullet, pay those $15 a gallon gas prices here in LA and head over there. I'm gonna get you some feedback. Are you trying to listen to me? You're trying to listen to my nice voice? So Mandalorian tomorrow morning.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what they're gonna show us. I know the cast is gonna be there. I don't know who I'm talking to or what, but that's the best way to do things. Is just like live life by the second as you go. But I'll be excited when I get there. I was talking to a few people today. They were asking me about Star Wars and if I'm excited about Star Wars. And I'm like, yeah, I'm excited. But they're like, why aren't you like super excited? Lining up in front of the Chinese theater to watch the first showing. And the reason for that is, man, if I go too excited, I'm gonna burn out by the time the movie comes out. And the way J.J. Abrams works, man, that guy likes to keep everything secretive till the very end. So I know
Yeah.
we're not, and I appreciate that because it's part of the movie magic. But yeah, he really tests people's patience, and it's for the movie going experience. But tomorrow, Mandalorian, it looks great. We're probably going to see some footage, and we'll have a report here on our channels. I hope if you attend. If not, then you're just gonna have to watch mine, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
gonna have to watch mine. What's
Like,
up with you?
like they're not going to show the whole, was it like just maybe 20 minutes of it? And I wonder if it's going to be different from what they've shown at D23. And that's, you got to fill me in on that if I decide not to go.
I guarantee it's gonna be different than D23. No way are they gonna. Yeah, no, it's gotta be.
What if they show the same thing just to piss off all the people who's going up there?
Nah, they wouldn't do that. They specifically said do not spoil plot points.
Yeah.
So D23 did not have plot points as far as I could tell. So I think it's gonna be something different. Definitely maybe a little bit of a reveal, but that stuff's gonna leak out as soon as we leave the area. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like the interesting thing for me is with the Mandalorian, he's wearing the helmet. Are they really going to be able to pull that off? Because a lot of directors love to find ways to make the character take off the mask. Like, let's say, for example, Sam Raimi with Spider-Man. Oh, we need to show his face, his expression. Oh, let's have like the Green Goblin throw those sharp objects, and then you see his eyes. And like with the new Spider-Man movies, every single Spider-Man movie, I think there's always a way for the director to show like damage to the masks. Or the last movie is like, oh, let's just have Mysterio reveal his identity.
Yeah, and I think that's a fail. I mean, I don't think the Sam Raimi movies did that excessively until part 3, and we know what happened with that. They had to cancel part 4. I think it's part of some of the actors' contracts is to show their face. I think maybe there's a little bit of a how would I say? I don't want to say ego, but a little bit of pride in the work where they want to show the audience that it's them, and it's kind of like wearing a mask is kind of looked down upon. Maybe I'm not sure if that's the case. There's been a lot of iconic people that never show their face. David Prowse, Ron, the Cheneys from classic horror movies and stuff like that. Have done it, but nowadays, yeah, I agree with you, John. There's a lot of times where we have to see the unmasked actor, and I think it kind of ruins the magic a little bit,
Yeah, and so a whole series, all the episodes, if they can maintain that and you're still engaged, that is amazing. And
I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna do it.
I'm trying to think of like a show or a movie where they've done that, where the character is hiding behind a mask, like almost the whole time.
Lone
Still
Ranger?
invested.
No, because you see the alter ego. They never really do that through the entire series that I could think of. Hiding behind a mask. Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees, but he's a killer, so it's all about the mystery
So is the
behind it.
Mandalorian.
But then you're kind of, invested.
Jason's
like
grabbing
emotionally.
bounties for his mom. He's grabbing bounties.
So you're rooting for him. You're rooting for Jason.
Jason goes to outer space in part 10, so maybe he's a Mandalorian.
Yeah, he's the type of character, like, he's a villain. He's a killer, so you don't really want to show. The less you see of the face, the scarier he is.
You know what I'm starting to realize right now, talking to you about this, right?
What?
Is that Jason and Boba Fett and Mandalorian have a lot in common. You just said he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
You could say Boba Fett's a bad guy.
Yeah, he is a villain.
Yeah, you could say they're both masked. Darth
Vader wears a mask.
Yeah, but he's not with Darth Vader. But Mandalorian is from what we know is getting bounties, and Jason's trying to get bounties for his mom. With the counselors. Now, let me ask you a question, John. Isn't it weird how they're both Mandalorians and they're both bounty hunters? Is that something exclusive to that race that I don't know of? Or is this Boba Fett?
I think with Boba Fett, he's not a true Mandalorian. He just has the outfit, and he's a clone of his father.
Yeah,
so,
Tamia Morrison.
Yeah, so I'm not even sure if like the father is actually a true, legit like Mandalorian dude. He's probably just like a bounty hunter. And
there's a lot of weird stuff that was never explained in the prequels.
Yeah, but I don't know too much about like what it takes to become a Mandalorian, and what signs that you can show, like, hey, I'm a Mandalorian. Because what's the character from Star Wars Rebels? She's a Mandalorian, right?
I don't watch that show. Unfortunately, I haven't had time. But yeah, Mandalorian. And we know Boba Fett has that insignia. It's actually a bantha skull. Where is it on his arm? Like he has a bantha skull. Boba Fett also wears. They used to be Wookiee scalps, like the hair, but they changed it to Jedi braids. They changed that story to Jedi braids, and stuff. So that's what we know about Boba Fett before the prequels.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I really think this Pedro Pascal is actually Boba Fett in a way, because he has the same gun rifle that Boba Fett's sporting during the holiday special. I think that's a little bit of an Easter egg hint that that is there dangling right in front of us to mess with the fans. But that's just my theory. I do not know nada.
Okay, so now I just went to check, and yeah, it's the character from Star Wars Rebels. She is a Mandalorian warrior,
right?
And so she's actually a Mandalorian. And with Jango Fett, he was raised by Mandalorians. So
that's what they're saying, that Jango Fett was raised by Mandalorians.
Yeah. So
he's adopted into it.
Yeah, and then you can be adopted and just become one.
Yeah, and like he becomes an adopted. But was he an orphan, or what's the deal with that?
I have no idea.
They pick him up? Is he like
that's all my? That's
is he like the Lion King, or is he like I don't know. Is it like Simba? What is it?
So with that, like I think anybody can become one as long as you train. Kind of like you can become a Jedi.
No, you have to have midi-chlorian, like Mandalorian midi-chlorians.
Mandalorians. That's what it's called.
The biggest opportunity lost was The Rock to be a Mandalorian, since because he definitely could be part. I could see him as being related to Tamia Morrison, who's a real awesome. Although Tamia Morrison is short, Rock is kind of tall, right?
Yeah,
but Tamia Morrison. Go ahead.
You know who else is tall?
Who?
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa is huge.
Yeah, and Tamira, he was the father in
Correct.
Aquaman.
It works because usually generations, what we've been seeing now is that the kids are usually taller than the parents, so that definitely works. But I really wish we would have had more Tamia Morrison not just in Star Wars, but in other films. He's been in stuff like Once We Were Warriors, and like he's like really awesome. Could be a really intimidating figure on screen, and also could step up that romance as we saw in Aquaman. And I actually thought that was a better part of the movie.
Yeah, that's part like my favorite parts of the beginning and then the ends. It's like a fairy tale story.
Yep.
They're playing that one song.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I like that.
Yeah, so Tamia Morrison, imagine those three guys coming at you like with the blasters and stuff. So we'll see tomorrow what happens. I was supposed to get some more Disney Plus stuff, but I didn't get any confirmation. But we'll see. Maybe I'll have some more stuff to cover. But I suggest you just show up.
Okay, and
we can't give the address though. So shh.
This whole week has been nuts. It's you got
why? What are you doing? Every time I call you, you're sleeping.
What was it? No, it's just like with tomorrow. You got the event for Mandalorian, and then Sunday you got the See?
Yeah, and I haven't seen the screener yet, and the screener is right there on my computer, and I need to check out a couple episodes. And it's the new Apple TV exclusive series called See, which looks pretty cool, pretty epic, and I could tell Apple spend some big bucks on this. Tamia Morrison's in there, and
Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
they're gonna be father and son.
No, I'm sorry, not Tamia Morrison. What am I saying? Jason Momoa is in it, not Morrison. But I can tell you right now that Apple's coming to win. They're coming in there. They're not going to fall. They're not going to just be slouches. They got Steven Spielberg on board. The production looks amazing, and it's going to be $4.99 a month.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be pretty
$4.99 or $5.99.
It's not. Yeah, I think it may be $5.99 tops, man. But it's gonna be interesting here. But are they gonna add any commercials? Right. So
no.
Well, that would suck if they do.
Yeah, it's well, I'm not gonna do the Sunday thing. So I'm like, I need more time because for me, I have to watch the season for what is it? I gotta watch some Amazon shows because you're
doing the shows. You're doing the Amazon shows.
Yeah, like for example, you got Jack Ryan. That's coming out.
Is that out this week?
Jack Ryan is out very soon.
So what do you mean you can't make it this week? Are you like exclusive?
I want to be like binge watching stuff
this week.
What was that?
You're gonna be binge watching this week. Is that what you're saying?
And yeah, HBO also Watchmen. HBO Watchmen.
Oh, that's gonna be so. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm kind of interested because a lot of critics are like enjoying it. They're praising it.
Right.
And I have to check it out to see because originally I was gonna do it, but then they were like, you know what? You want to interview one of the actors in it? And I'm like, sure, but I haven't seen the show yet. So they're like, okay, here's the show. So all right, now we're gonna watch it.
I think we've been we got Matt Jarbo. He's on. I'm jealous. So I think I've been sending out the wrong link, inviting people here. So I'm trying to invite people all over our social network to join the conversation. I'll be here for a bit. So if you guys want to talk about anything, bring it up in the conversation. We'll be more than happy to talk with you guys.
Oh yeah,
about anything you like, and
we have requests and all that.
And we have a few topics. You wrote down a few topics, but we could like change this conversation or whatever to whatever you guys want. Yeah. But John, you like this layout? You look pretty good, right?
You talk about the layout of the two screens,
and
all that, and let's avoid the whole StreamYard. But right here, we're good.
I don't see that. You're the one showing everyone the logo. There is a way to avoid Streamlabs. You know how to StreamYard or whatever it is. You know how to do it?
How?
It's pretty easy. We need those super chats and those Patreon supporters and those people joining. All we need is like 5 of them, and we could take that off. You know what I mean? So it's easy as that, man.
Oh man. So Watchmen. There was a what was it when I was watching Maleficent, the screening?
Yeah, yeah.
There was a Watchmen premiere, and I was like, "Hey, look,
At
it's the Watchmen premiere." Were you
at the
there?
ArcLight, at the
Huh?
ArcLight,
You
at
weren't
the
there, were
ArcLight.
you?
No, I wasn't. I heard about it.
Yeah. And so it was at the ArcLight. They had a carpet, and oh yeah, Tiffany. She just joined the chat. She was there with me, and we were
Hello,
walking around to
Tiffany.
check out the red carpet.
Hmm. And what
And
happened?
it was we're like, you know what? I don't see anyone, but there's like a whole check in, from A to Z and the names and all that. And we're just trying to like get back to watching Maleficent. So, and I know certain people don't like that movie, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Maleficent,
It's okay. Yeah,
Mistress
it's
of
good.
Evil.
I'm
Yeah.
not one that hated it, but it is what it is. Watchmen looks very good. I'm confused of whether or not it's a. Ooh, I could put it on the live chat right here. I'm confused of whether or not it's a continuation of the Zack Snyder film or a continuation of the comic. There's a little bit of conflict in that kind of
Uh-huh.
reporting. It looks a lot like the movie, but could be a different thing.
Yeah, with Damon Lindelof, he's the showrunner, right? I think he mentioned how it's going to take place after like the stuff that's happened in the Watchmen comics. It's happened. So you got a good
So it's
question
it's
whether
gonna
it's
be it's
it's like the
gonna be a
comics or the
comic.
movie.
It's gonna be a comic, a sequel to the comic. It looks like, right?
Probably because it's HBO. But then again, Watchmen's Warner Brothers.
Yeah, but Alan Moore
So
doesn't like that movie. But then again, he doesn't want his name on the TV show either. So I
yeah,
don't. I
Alan
don't.
Moore doesn't like it.
Yeah. Did you hear the report today?
No.
There's I guess one of the show creators, and I'm paraphrasing here because I just skimmed through it, but Alan Moore, and how you doing? We're getting some people. It's the comic. Fayas A says it's comic. Thank you for that. Alan Moore does not like his graphic novels interpreted into films. And he's kind of like, people say he's weird. I think he looks pretty normal. But there are a lot they also say that he's a witch.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard that?
No, but I can believe that people would say that about him.
Yeah, and that he put a curse on Zack Snyder's Watchmen,
Okay.
and then he put a curse on HBO's Watchmen. And there's actually people that believe that. And one of the showrunners rebuttal to Alan Moore being upset at people getting his creations and making their own stuff with it, leaving stuff in, leaving stuff out, creative input, right?
Yeah.
Is like, well, we're just like you, Alan Moore. You didn't care about the continuity with Superman or Batman and stuff like that, and we learned from you, and that's why we're getting your stuff, and we're we're running with it as well. So it's pretty interesting. He used his own methods against them, but
yeah.
But Alan Moore, I mean, he's right because if you look at League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, man, that was pretty awful. Remember that?
Yeah, it's not that great. Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Right.
I think Sean Connery retired after that film. No, he was in Kingdom of the, no, he wasn't even in, he was not in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, what was Sean Connery. After that, you think that's like the last straw for him? Like, I'm done with Hollywood.
Yeah, sure.
I don't want to do anything anymore.
Well, I think right
now.
Oh,
no. That was what was it? No, it's the director Steve Norrington, because he directed Blade and he was done with Hollywood. He didn't like how the movie was produced. Oh, I think he was butting heads with Sean Connery.
Yeah.
And so you watch it, it's like, man, what happened? Because Blade was an awesome movie.
Tiffany thinks that needs to be redone. I think she's talking about League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I agree. Yeah. It looks like it was a lot of potential there.
Wow, so you're right. League
Sean
of
Connery
Extraordinary Gentlemen, that was his last film. Other than that, he was doing like documentaries, or he's in a documentary and the voice, but like an actual movie.
John, do you ever like think that you don't have a life? Not you, but it's like, how do I know these things? Maybe I don't have a life.
There's people that know a lot more.
Yeah.
Like they
Well,
know
there's people
every
that know
single
more than me,
detail.
but geez,
Yeah.
how did I know that Sean Connery's last movie? That's pretty crazy.
But yeah, Sean Connery. Man, that's kind of sad. League of Extraordinary. He should have went out with a bang, like The Rock. The Rock should have been like his last movie.
Well, there's no way to tell. There's no way to tell what's going to be good. I mean, everyone
Yeah,
tries to do good, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
yeah. Like I just think of was Raul Julia. You know him as Gomez Adams from the Adams
Yeah, love
Family.
him, love him.
But his last movie was in Street Fighter as M Bison, and I still love that movie. And I know a lot of people hate it because it's so hokey and cheesy and just bad. But I'm okay with him as a
Well,
villain.
yeah, but he passed away. I think he contracted HIV.
Did he?
Unfortunately, yeah. I think it's pretty. I think so. But I love his Gomez Adams.
Oh yeah.
Julia.
Now I gotta watch that again. Adam's Family, especially with like the whole cartoon. I haven't even seen the cartoon yet.
Yeah, it's good in the beginning and then it falls apart. Yeah. So he died in 1994.
1994.
Wow. So when was Adam's Family made? He's Puerto Rican.
Or before then.
Yeah. It's terrible. Died. They don't tell you what he died of. But yeah, unfortunately, he looked great as Gomez Adams. Okay, so
Oh yeah.
do you think? Do you
Rest in
think?
peace.
Oh, in fact, stomach cancer. They say something about stomach cancer and stuff like that, but there's different conflicts with the story of how he passed away. Do you think Gomez Adams is of Latin descent? Do you think Gomez? I would like for him to be, but do you think, or is that
Maybe
ever,
I don't know.
that'd be kind of cool. Querida mía,
Could be.
querida mía. Remember, he was always flirting with.
Oh
his
yeah,
wife.
yeah. That's maybe.
Yeah. Faiz says I have to watch Adam's Family again. Best movies. I actually do agree. Maybe not the best movies, but they're hella fun.
Oh yeah,
Hella
they're fun.
Yeah.
And you got Christopher Lloyd as Uncle Fester. How awesome is that?
Yeah. Christina Ricci is in there, right?
Christina Ricci, yeah, as Wednesday Adams.
And
And
she looks. When I was a kid, I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's hot."
oh yeah, I definitely had a crush on her.
Yep.
Christina Ricci.
Yep.
I don't even know what she's doing now. Maybe Adam's Family was her. No, she's done movies after that. She did was it Sleepy Hollow, and there was that one with Samuel L. Jackson movie.
Is it Faiz? A says it's cara mia. Like
Oh, it's
my
gotta
face.
be, yeah.
Yeah, but I always say querida mia. You know, it's maybe it's like a variation. It's like saying my love, but I don't know what cara mia means. If that's made up for the. But to the chat, if anyone wants to let us know who do you guys prefer, the Munsters or Adam's Family? I'm more. I like both a lot. But if I could only pick one, it's Adam's Family all the way, because I think the Adams Family are really, really evil people.
Wow.
You know?
So yeah, so actually it was a cara mia. It's like I just looked it up. It's Italian and it's Cara. So that cara mia.
And what does it mean?
It's probably very similar to Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like what was it in Spanish? How do you say that?
Querida
mia. Querida mia.
Yeah, but
so
when
like
you're saying cara, it pretty much means my face.
Well, Italian is different.
Yeah, but
different.
Yeah, a little bit. So I would say they would use the same word.
Uh-huh.
And there's a movie called Cara Mia, and it's Filipino. It's a Filipino. Well, look, there's a Filipino television series called Cara Mia.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways to say that. Different sayings.
Yeah.
So it'd be like querida or like cara bella.
That's another one.
Or manchari,
That's another one.
Yeah, like darling, my darling,
my beloved. So
my
it's
beloved.
Pretty much, yeah, so it's Italian. It's spelled Cara.
Yeah,
and it's pretty much what I said. My love, my beloved.
very similar. Yeah,
it's what I call you up and tell you all the time. So
Alu, it's gotta be
All right.
mi corazón. But this what's it? This week has been pretty fun. Or last night has been fun for me because I did three different events.
Right.
The first one was called A New Dia, and that one was at the Wisdom in LA. And that one had Robert Rodriguez narrating. You're listening to him, and then it's at the Wisdom. So I don't know if you've ever been there, but they have these
The
big giant domes.
Wisdom.
The Wisdom, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a giant dome with a projector shining at it, and it's a very cool experience where you can actually go there and do some selfie stuff because they actually decorate it in a way that looks really cool. And the event after that, what I did was Alt Delete, and this is from the Delusion crew, the guy who did Delusion every year. But last year he did Blue Blade, where it's more of an adventure. And what that is interactive theater in LA. It's probably Delusion is one of the biggest interactive theater in LA. And with Alt Delete, this year they have a smaller venue, and it deals with time travel. It's very much inspired by, for me at least, I saw inspiration from Tron because you're time traveling back to the 80s and you're playing 80s music. Because you know when you watch
so
Tron,
awesome.
remember when you're watching Tron Legacy and then you was it Flynn's son goes into the arcade room?
Yeah.
Dreams are made of these. You hear that? It's like, wow, it's like a blast from the past. So this was that where they had special effects to make it look like you're going back in time, and there was like an actor going in reverse, and we're like in the 80s, and I was like, this is cool. And so pretty much the the synopsis for that is that you're working for I think it's her name's Evelyn. I'm bad with names, but she is a time traveler for the black market. She has this device called the Blue Blade, which is an artifact that allows her to time travel. And our job in the group is to cover her tracks, to erase all evidence that she was there. And it was like a scene out of Tron. It was a scene out of Mission Impossible with lasers all around, and we had to like kind of duck and maneuver and figure out a way to erase the data and escape out of there. And it's crazy. It's nuts.
Yeah, you get to do all this great stuff. I've noticed you like a lot of, you guys do a lot of activities.
Oh yeah,
escape rooms and stuff like that. I do not have the patience for escape rooms.
Why not?
I'm more of an active guy. Like
that you're active in an escape room. You're like,
no man, you're not. It's like I have to you have to sit there. I mean, the couple of times I've tried the one in Hollywood, and I was like, oh, the first one I ever went to was for Cloverfield for some reason.
See, you're probably doing the wrong stuff. You gotta, next time we'll do an escape room. We'll do the other stuff where it's like,
no, I'll leave.
So Fi says, did you guys heard that Stargirl is coming to Crisis, and then there's Batman is casting away? Stu was talking about the CW shows. I am.
Well, Stargirl is in Legends of Tomorrow already.
Yeah, she was in Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes.
So I guess what? She's going to be back for Crisis. So you probably know more about me about what's happening.
Yeah, I do, but I tried to do reviews for it, but I can't. It's because I feel like one episode I can't keep up with it. Did you have that kind of trouble?
I have a lot of trouble with that.
With the recap. So that, like, I'll give you, okay, so a little bit of spoilers right now. I wanted to get up there and go, okay, I want to recap the Flash, 2 episodes. I want to recap the season premiere and the first episode, and then I want to do the same thing for Arrow. I don't watch the other ones. So, and I sat there and I saw one Batwoman as well. So I sat there and I was gonna do the Flash, and I couldn't. And I watch the show all the time, but it's just so difficult to grasp everything that's happened. So I'm gonna try to do it right now. So in the Flash, without the Crisis is coming, and it still has a problem. I think is it's getting a little goofy. The show's getting a little goofy, and it feels like one episode's filler, and then the next one is something you want to know about,
That's
And then,
how a lot of the previous seasons have been for like the Flash and
but it's like
Cubs even era. Like you have a
too
villain.
obvious. It's too obvious. They need to
Yeah,
mask it a little better. And I felt like the season premiere was a filler, and then last night's or this week's was extremely good. And then they went back to this subplot because they're trying to do main plot crisis and then subplot, and the crisis plot is killing the subplot on Arrow for me. And then you have, of course, for some reason Cisco now is not is he's it's every time he's on screen it's kind of a little cheesy. Same thing with the plastic dude or the Elastic Man.
last one.
Yeah, because everyone's a funny guy on Arrow. I mean, I'm sorry, on the Flash.
You
Everyone's
do that.
funny.
Like, okay, let's say you watch the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everyone's a funny guy, fun guy,
No balance.
but there's like a balance. But with the Marvel Cinematic, there's a balance. There's a time to be serious, and then a time to like just do something fun. Guardians of the Galaxy, they're all fun characters.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan
Of Guardians of the Galaxy?
Not as much, no. To be honest
Uh-huh.
with you, I mean, I enjoy it for what they are, but then Arrow has stakes. It's the season premiere was much better, and the season premiere had something that appeared in the Flash, so that's great the way they're doing it. I want to give the show props. I hate to be, I don't want to sound like I'm being down on them, but they're overachievers. They're doing a lot for what they have, and I'm glad they exist. But I just feel like the beginning of the Flash, which was my favorite of the bunch, the first few seasons, it's now kind of different. It's gone very campy, and I'm hoping it reverts back to more of a serious tone.
I'm not sure if it's me or I think the audio is kind of cutting out from your end.
It can be me. What do you guys think in the comments?
Yeah, let us know.
It could be the internet thing or whatever.
Yeah, the CW. I'm not caught up.
Yeah.
That one, Walking Dead, I dropped off of that one.
Walking Dead, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with Walking Dead. I'm watching Titans, and that's pretty damn good.
Titans, yeah. I got to start on the second season of Titans. I also got to start on, what was it, Stranger Things.
Skip the third season.
The third season, really?
The third, I haven't seen it yet.
That's the last one.
Yeah, I'm not up to date with that.
Okay.
And stuff. I don't know. So Faiz says that our audio is great. Fine.
Yeah. I wonder if it's my headset too.
It can be, man. It can be.
Yeah.
I feel like it's cutting in and out sometimes. Not you, but everything else.
Doom Patrol. I got to start on that too.
Doom Patrol. I'm gonna watch it. I think they showed up in Titans for a bit, and yeah, and watching the trailers for that. I give, like I said, look, DC TV is overachieving, but us as critics, we come in and we always look for the stuff they can improve, right? Yeah.
Fourth season is coming for which show?
Fourth?
For Stranger Things? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, probably.
Fourth season is coming. Yeah,
it's supposed to be the last one. From what I hear, it's the last one.
Yeah, I can't wait for. Oh man, you know what I need to catch up on was it the AMC The Terror, Infamy, and I don't know if you've heard of that or saw trailers for that.
No.
It's like an anthology series. The first is about this exploration. So the second season follows the Japanese family during World War II Japanese internment, and you really get to see like how life is crappy there. And there's an added element of the supernatural, ghost, and all that. And I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. I'm actually invested.
So it takes place right before World War
during World War II,
during the 40s. I don't know if you guys. I think I've brought this up to you, but The Man on the High Castle is very good.
Oh yeah, I saw the first scene. I need to finish the rest.
It's a little slow though. Like
yeah.
it got kind of slow, but I do like what they're doing there. It's a mystery. I think they kind of revealed what's going on at this point, but it's a mystery. Of course, it's an alternate universe, Earth, where those bad people won. I don't want to say the word because you get demonetized for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait. What if you're talking about Jojo Rabbit?
I didn't use the word.
So let's say you talk about Jojo Rabbit, you do a review, you can't even mention that, like in a fictional stuff.
There's chatter out there that there's a lot of
Wow,
stuff. Yeah, because they
crazy.
can't tell if it's there's a lot of weird people here on YouTube, and uh they send bots, and the bots are dumb. They just, they could tell, they could just read the words from our voice, from the sound, how it's pronounced, so
Oh
they
yeah.
don't know what context we're using it,
Uh huh.
so they just assume everyone is using it as to promote hate speech
Yeah.
and stuff.
Oh, and plus, yeah, YouTube has a thing where they're against like controversial topics, and then when it's like that,
Yeah,
it's not ad friendly.
yeah, but then we're following the rules here, and we're not getting
Yeah,
much
let's follow
love
the
from the
rules.
front page
I
on YouTube.
know.
So I don't know what to do, man. I mean,
You
sometimes
know, and then the people that are very controversial, it's like,
they're making all the money. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's kind of funny how that works. It's like follow the
Yeah,
rules, you won't get the love. Don't follow the rules, we'll shower you with love.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Because
I
like
feel like,
okay, like the video, like the last one, I got a lot of views. Like the Dave Chappelle and Joker stuff. Those are like just controversial movies and
yeah.
specials.
I didn't do the Dave Chappelle thing.
Yeah,
I
so
liked it.
it's funny.
Yeah, I
Is
liked it.
yeah,
I liked the episode. I think Dave Chappelle did well. I wasn't a fan of his when he was in his prime that much. I mean, it's not that I didn't like his stuff. I just didn't watch him as much. But I like his show and stuff. But I do understand why people were pissed. Some people could get pissed, especially if you are. And what we're talking about right now is because some people are like, Dave Chappelle shouldn't joke about some people because people are getting offended, and I understand why people would get offended because if you're always the butt of the jokes, but you're not represented, elsewhere. I mean, then you get pissed because I mean, if they make fun of bald guys all day, I'm bald here, but they never give bald guys like an opportunity in Hollywood to act or whatnot. I'd be like, dude, every time we're on, it's like we're the butt of the joke. So I understand why people would be pissed. You know,
but yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah,
censor it, but
yeah.
I
I would
understand.
understand. Yeah, I would understand why people would get upset. It's kind of like when you
Yeah,
get picked on your whole life, but then let's say if you're like a jock, but then you also make fun of yourself, but you're still a jock. So it's like
who?
I was just saying in general, like if
Yeah,
you're
well,
yeah
jocks is they're dumb,
yeah.
So, but
So
it is what it is. I mean, I'm not for censoring at all. Just
yeah,
whatnot. Archie, when I
and
grew up, it was Archie Bunker. Archie Bunker was a dumb. The character was like a bigot, but it was funny.
yeah,
People laughed, but they laughed at him for being
yeah,
dumb.
yeah.
So
And then you have people trying to like censor Jojo Rabbit, but Feist here says, what should be next after Joker, the movie,
the comedian.
the comedian? Like after watching Joker, we talked about this last night on the Nerd Report channel, where I would want to see like that more stuff from that universe, and some people don't want it to just be a standalone. And we talked about how we would want to see the Riddler, being kind of like Jigsaw, Saw stuff, like just a
Yeah,
bad guy.
that would be the only way to do it at this point. That would be scary. I want, man. I don't know that Harley Quinn thing. I don't know if it fits with what Joker
What
is.
do you
So,
mean?
well, Birds of Prey is a completely different tone.
Yeah.
I don't know if Warner Brothers was probably thinking, "Damn, we should have just like gone built off the Joker since it's made so much money without little effort,"
Uh-huh.
And they're going, "Oh, but now we already have the Harley Quinn thing in motion. Should Harley Quinn have been a fit for the Todd Phillips cinematic universe? Maybe if they knew the Joker was going to be that big, they would have done it that way.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's a nuclear bomb on the horizon and it is that way. It is actually more of a serious film than we think. Who knows? But then what are they going to do with with the other Joker, Jared Leto's Joker. You know, that's still part of that universe. Why
I
do you
think they're
laugh?
trying to.
Why do you
I think
laugh
they're
at
trying to
him?
like sweep that Joker to the sideline. Like,
You're
he's
like,
not in Birds of Prey.
well, they mention him,
I think they mentioned him, but they're not gonna like
Doctor
show him like, hey, look
J,
at me. I think
Doctor
like
J.
with Suicide Squad, when they saw that, like people enjoyed Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
And what's crazy is that we can't
Performance is
talk.
good.
You know what I'm talking about right now? We can't talk about that thing, right? We
Oh,
will.
shut up. Shut up.
Stay tuned.
Don't even mention it. But
But that
yeah,
was
yeah,
great.
like
That was great.
like
That thing was great. But
a lot of
but
people didn't like Suicide Squad, so but the only thing like there were a few saving graces with that performance. And so
Carol
you
could
have
go
Harley
away.
Quinn, so they're bringing it in Birds of Prey. Like, you know what? We'll take all the good stuff from Suicide Squad and we'll put it here.
But were
And
there any good stuff in Suicide Squad?
Margot Robbie as Harley
The
Quinn.
look was
Like,
great,
yeah,
but the
I think
movie.
I think for me, I really want to see someone else play like a crazier Harley Quinn, like just
Why not evolve
insane.
this Harley Quinn? So, I mean, people like you
Yeah,
said, people did like maybe in the next movie she's really, really like you start to see the the crazy come out,
yeah,
and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see, man.
yeah.
I
We'll
hope
see. We'll find out.
I like DC. I like DC. Where's this at? This one right here. All right. Is that all right?
It's
Thing's
kind of
crooked. This thing's crooked. I want to see DC do well because I love variety. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah,
I want
yeah.
variety.
Variety.
I want my vegan cheeseburger, and that exists. And I also want my fries next to it. My cheeseburger being Marvel, and then I want my fries being DC, and my Beyond Burger, my Beyond
Yeah,
Meat being Fox or whatever.
but yeah, here's the thing. Like, I love movies. I love
Yeah.
all types of movies. Like, that's why we have all different types of genres, horror, sci-fi, and all that. So we can have our Marvel, we can have our DC, we can have stuff that's not even in those universe. We can have monsters, kaiju's, King Kong, Godzilla. We can have smaller movies like what was it, The Lighthouse with Robert Pattinson.
Did you see that one?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
How do you see it? Where is it?
Is it out yet?
It is out, but it's limited release.
Yeah. Jojo Rabbit's also limited release too, but we get movies like that too. That's amazing. And then people are trying to censor that, or they don't want to watch it because they're like, oh wow, why is it like promoting those groups during the World War II days, which we can't say
Yeah, yeah.
because the bots are
That's what
gonna
I
come
heard. I
after
heard you
us.
can't say, yeah. It's not really promoting them. It makes them look stupid, like they should.
Yeah. Yeah, but like
Yes.
okay, based on a trailer, you don't really see that. But then
No.
that's why in the trailer it says this is an anti-hate movie. And
Well,
so
people
they like to
see
jump
that.
into conclusions.
Well, they see the war stuff, right? And they see
Yeah.
like it looks like they're trying to make it attractive and
Yeah.
stuff. But in a same way, that's the way it was. They made like the military stuff from that group was attractive. They had great uniforms, they had great propaganda, and that's how they fooled a lot of people into doing the stupidities and atrocities they did. So it's part of the lesson is like don't judge the book by its cover type of thing. So they're not watching the film. The film is says the other
Yeah.
way. I like what Taika Waititi did. I think he's we want to see more of that. Um I'm hearing some mixed reviews with it though. Let me see what's up on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, no,
Not the,
JoJo, that's pretty high. It's up there.
is it?
Like everyone, a lot of people are liking it.
Grace Randolph didn't like it.
Wow.
Not just kidding. I think she did. I'm not sure. I didn't watch.
Okay.
77%.
Wow, it went low. Like before, it was like
100%
90,
audience.
100% audience, so they're enjoying it. Yeah.
But there's
I
only
enjoy it.
12 audience.
Yeah. When a movie is being bombed by the critics, but a lot of people love it, there's like a whole movement behind it. For example, Joker, and so there you got groups on
Okay,
like
so check this one. Despite its setting in Germany, you know what Germany, Taika Waititi's movie Never risk actually disturbing its audience. I was disturbed, bro.
Well, people that saw the trailer were disturbed. So, and this is the trailer.
No, but there's story elements that are disturbing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so that's a kind of a political.
but mainly it's it's a comedy.
Yeah, yeah. No, but there was some messed up things that happened.
Yeah, there were some messed up things that happen, and it's emotional things. So I think with Taika Waititi, he was able to pull that off and make a movie where you can actually kind of feel uneasy because it's
Yeah, I felt
kinda
uneasy with it.
following them, but it's still a satire because you're kind of making fun of.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna be low, man. I think it's gonna reach maybe a high above Joker, but
Wow, yeah. So it's in the 70s right now.
yeah, The Lighthouse is 93, and I've heard a lot of people did not like it.
Wow.
Yeah, but the audience seems to be maintaining a good. Well, there's only 17 audience for Lighthouse.
Oh look, I'm checking the thing. I'm on the
You got featured again?
well, not feature, but I'm on the front page of Jojo Rabbit. Like you could, if you look at my review, it's up there.
Front page of Jojo Rabbit. For what? Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah.
I don't see it.
No.
Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong place. So you're on. Tell everybody you're on Rotten Tomatoes in case they don't know.
People's gonna. I don't like to promote it
like
because people are like, "Boo, Rotten Tomatoes critics! Don't trust Rotten Tomatoes."
No, I wouldn't say that, but it is. I think their system is a little broken because it allows people that didn't see the movie to see it to review it, but it's no big deal. Where you're on the top here,
or the front page, not the top. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's good. So that Jay and Silent Bob reboot is 69.
Oh man, I gotta watch that. This guy is actually not that bad. At least the majority of the critics are liking it, so I want to.
Maleficent is 41, and
damn, a lot of people are hating Maleficent.
Yeah, and so much for critics get paid by Disney, right?
I know, because that's why it's like it's a cycle, and Rotten Tomatoes is owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, but they're not going to be caught doing.
Yeah,
they would never. None of those studios would be doing anything like that because if they get caught, it's endgame. It's over. Paying people for good reviews. That's big gangster stuff, man. I don't think that.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Yeah, but it's like, just all it is just like a bunch of critics, and they just put in whether they like it or not. Because I loved Godzilla.
I love Godzilla, yeah.
And that one's got trashed by critics.
So check this one out. I read that. Well, I saw this because sometimes I don't want to read.
Sometimes you don't want to read.
Well, yeah. Sometimes it's like my eyes hurt, man. I'm wearing contacts right now. So I know a lot of people know me as wearing glasses. Sometimes I wear contacts. So that Star Wars is not big in China, right?
Really?
Yeah. Reason
that's why you make it big. Like how Marvel.
No, they have a strategy, and I saw this video on 3 Buck Theater. So listen. So what they did is the problem is in China they didn't allow American movies till I don't know this century, and now they only allow like 9. So there's no history of Star Wars there. There's no legacy like we have it since the 70s or whatnot. So Star Wars movies to them are kind of like whatever. Especially it doesn't help that. Let's face it, the Chinese audience is used to some epic sword battles, right? And we haven't had any of that in any of the movies,
Not even Last Jedi. That was not even epic.
No, none of them, because that's a cut.
Yeah.
So you're wanting what they want to see is VFX and epic lightsaber battles, right?
Yeah.
And they haven't gotten that. So it's a matter of fact, The Last Jedi was taken out of theaters in China after a week, I believe, or a week or 2.
Oh.
Yeah, it's bad. So they can't get that market. They have a new strategy, according to what I saw on the channel over there, and apparently they're gonna release novels for free so people can read them, so they could get accustomed to all the characters. So they're releasing all the a bunch of books so people start to get used to the characters. So when the movie's
Sounds
released,
like a lot of work.
yeah, well, I mean, at least people are going to be reading.
They should just re-release the original trilogy. So
They did. It didn't work.
Hmm.
Original trilogy was released over there in 2012.
Hmm.
Yeah, but people didn't go. You know, they're not going to push it like a new film. And you got to remember, if they're watching a movie that's from the 70s, so they're not going to be like, it's not going to impact them as much. What do we got from the chat? People are too sensitive.
Yeah, Tiffany says people are too sensitive and informed. Yeah, it's everyone's sensitive now. Everyone, there's a lot of just uninformed information out there.
So we got the other one too. Speaking of China, is Shannon Lee, who is I think Shannon Lee is Bruce Lee's daughter, and she was this is not confirmed, but what is confirmed is that Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in China, she was kind of upset at that, the way her father was portrayed.
Yeah,
and China has decided to not show the film unless Quentin Tarantino cuts that scene off. And
wow.
And as of right now, there's two things. One is that Shannon Lee is responsible for that by writing a letter to the Chinese government.
He wrote a letter to tell China to stop it.
They're saying, but I don't know. It's not confirmed, but I think some outlets are running with that story, credible ones. So I can't confirm it right now, but I'll look. And then the other thing about that is that Quentin Tarantino told the Chinese government to fly a kite. He will not be changing the movie. So that's another thing about that. Did you see Once Upon a Time in China?
You mean Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
What am I doing? That's another movie. There is a movie called Once Upon a Time in China, right?
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in China and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. You know, it's all
China Hero. Remember that? Jet Li?
I haven't seen that one, no.
Dope. Anyways, have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I have not.
You didn't?
Nope.
Okay. Well, there's a Bruce Lee scene.
Yeah, I heard about it. I read about it. I want to watch it. Yeah, and there's like two sides fighting. One side is like, oh, it's Brad Pitt's character's imagination. It's his story anyway, so of course he's gonna make himself look better.
Well, Quentin Tarantino said that it's a fictional character. So.
And it's a fictional character too.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting because, you know, Quentin Tarantino is a fan of Bruce Lee. And
that shocked me.
Yeah, so like,
yeah.
So he did that. So like, if it was me, like, I would want to make Bruce Lee like a badass, you know?
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird. I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah. So it was different. I gotta watch that movie too. I gotta check it out. So Tiffany's asking about what about the Star Wars animations? I need to finish Star Wars Rebels, but then there's like a new one, Star Wars Resistance, and I didn't watch anything of that. I don't know if I'm a fan of the animation where it's kind of like CG, and then a mixture of like trying to be like 2D animation.
Nope, not here. I rather live action all the way.
No, but Star Wars Rebels is actually it's got heart.
Yeah. I saw part of it, I think.
And when Darth Vader's in it, they made Darth Vader badass.
Is that the one where he spoiler alert, where he fights Ahsoka?
I think so, or he's fighting the other guys. Yeah.
Is he really tall, Darth Vader?
Oh, he's menacing. Yeah, he's tall too. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. That's very dope. I want to do a collab with Nerd Reactor here. I want to probably like on a weekly basis, or even more than that. I want to start to have a show, maybe on Nuke the Fridge or Nerd Report. I'm not sure, and just talk Star Wars like once a week live. Just get all the news. Call it Star Wars something.
Maybe the shows, or maybe catch up on. What is it? Titans?
CW.
Have like how about Titans? Like,
why don't we have a show
weekly? let's
Okay.
focus on a show and then like have a weekly discussion
Do
about
you
that show.
want to do the DC on your show on your channel and Star Wars on mine for now? There's also another possibility is everything to do with movies. We could also do a streaming one where we'll go back and forth
Yeah.
from channel to channel. We'll just talk about that. But
Yeah.
the
So
way we'll do it is so people know that this certain day and time they could expect that. So I don't know if
yeah.
that's something you would be
It
interested
might,
in.
yeah, it might, I'm down, but it might be tough because of movie screenings and
Yeah, but that's why we have to do this stuff late, man. 11 o'clock.
sometimes I gotta be like, no, I don't want to do this.
Okay, I
uh,
like all the
but
history and Rebels holocrons.
yeah,
Holocrons is how I think Palpatine's going to come back as a, in episode 9, actually. So Tiffany, good observation. But yeah, I want to do something with Star Wars. Do you know anyone in the chat or these
Tiffany,
part
I
of
know
the,
Tiffany.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
Feist, I recognize like as a fan, so
did I pronounce your name correctly? Feist? Was I pronouncing
I'm
it?
not sure if
I
that's I don't know.
sorry if I butchered your name.
But yeah, would Titans be good or there? It's a limited
Yeah,
episodes,
but we
right? So
could
that'd be
combine
like
it with
really
DC.
small,
We
huh?
could combine it with DC.
So that means I gotta like watch the other DC stuff.
No, because I could come in and tell you what's going on.
Uh huh.
You know, the thing is, no one's gonna get me to watch Supergirl. Sorry.
I kind of enjoyed the first season of Supergirl, but then the story, the drama, and the acting. I know people like Melissa Benoist, but I don't think her acting is that great, especially during the crossover where she's trying to be a bad guy, and
Wow,
it's
dude,
like
I
it's not
think
believable.
I actually think she's better in the crossover than her own show.
Really, because
Yeah,
remember when she's trying to be the bad guy from the whatever X universe, and like, oh, I'm an evil Supergirl, but it's like, oh, I'm an evil Supergirl. I'm like, I don't buy it.
I don't like her show. Like, it's just she doesn't. Her character, the character doesn't develop. It's a goofy character. It doesn't become a woman. It's always a little, like super little girl. Always doesn't take the thing serious.
Hey, but she has a new outfit now, so she's a new person and new
That's
hairstyle
fine.
too.
It's fine. Yeah, just looks good in it. But
But it's just okay for me. It's like Supergirl, like other recent stuff, uh, Arrow, Flash. It's just the storylines. It's just for me. It's kind of hard for me to get back into it.
there's a lot going on. I still cannot tell you what's going on with Arrow. Um, our producer Lisa watches all of it. She tells me, and she's always like watching it with me. And I'm like, "Who's that guy again?" And everyone seems to look alike. There's a same. There's always like 4 or 5 guys that look exactly like Stephen Amell. And I'm like, what the hell? What's going on
well,
here,
well,
man?
one of them is Stephen Amell's relative. What is it? Rami Amell
Dude
or
with the that's probably what's going on. Dude with a beard,
Robbie Amell. That's his name.
There's just it's yeah. So I don't know what's going. It's hard.
And I know Tiffany likes Melissa, but I'm sorry. I'm just
It's
like
no offense to her.
it's like really. I think it's just maybe the writer, the dialogue, because I wasn't a fan of the crossover of Melissa in that one, and you
could
know,
be could be the material they have.
yeah, I'm a huge fan of the voice actress for Supergirl in the Injustice 2. Like that Supergirl, I like
Video
that
game.
storyline. The video game, yeah, that was a great storyline where she's trying to protect Superman, so she tries to go back into this world where Superman has become a bad guy, and she's like, no, this guy, this little boy that I helped raise, he's like a bad guy now. I have to like put a stop to him. So it's kind of like that is a story I want to see where you have family and you have someone that feels so devastated that their cousin has turned to the dark side. It's
Star
kind of like
Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But
And then, dude, you know what else you could do? You could have like Superman with a fuck. Oops. You could have him with like a sword that's like a laser
yeah,
sword.
yeah. but well, yeah, but that's what I like these storylines where it's like you got family, but then Superman's been far away for too long. He has his own life, and Supergirl Kara. She shows up. She's like, "Hey, Superman, it's me," and then Superman gives her an ultimatum. It's like either you're with me or you're against me. And it's like, no, don't do that, Superman, you jerk.
You're either with me or you're my enemy. Only a Sith speaks in absolutes.
Gives an absolute. Yep. But okay, let's try to do a
Trivia.
weekly show. Ah, man.
No, just kidding. We could do trivia too.
See, the thing is, like, all the good shows that I like are like on Netflix and Amazon, and they're all bingeable, so you just binge on them.
Well, I could watch those too, but the thing is,
but I want to do like a show that's live, and then you watch. Oh, how about Masked Singer, huh? I'm just kidding.
Matt Jarbo is still he's a lurker here. He's lurking. He says Lewis just forgets all the characters because he's old. Matt, shut up.
Oh man. Yeah, like it's easy like the shows on Netflix. I want to do those because those are great shows that we have now.
Yeah, but the way to do Netflix though, you have to do it like either you get the content before or you right away, right when it shows.
What about Watchmen? What if we talk about Watchmen?
You want to do a Watchmen show on Sunday? I'm down.
Yeah.
After show.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested in us talking about Watchmen, let us know. Or actually, just let us know like that one show you want us to talk about like weekly.
I think it's gonna have to be a genre, man. I don't think it can be
the reason why I say Watchmen or genre, well, I say Watchmen because it's live. Like it's gonna be.
Would Watchmen be part of DC?
It'll be like every Sunday.
Every Sunday we could just cover DC because you got Supergirl that day, you got Batwoman, content for a while. You could say, and then cut that up in the segments maybe.
Yeah, so doesn't mean I gotta watch
someone. You gotta watch
which one? If I had to choose one CW show, which one would it be? Like, which one's your favorite? Do you watch them? Are you caught up?
Oh yeah, no, dude, I don't do. Like I said, I can't watch Supergirl.
Okay, but you still have the other shows.
It's a mix between Arrow and the Flash.
Really?
Yeah, and I think Arrow's a better show. Wow. It's a better show, but it's ending.
You know what? I stopped watching Arrow after season 4 because after the whole, what's that? The fourth guy, his Damien Dark. Like if you have a good writer, Damien Dark's gonna be a badass because I love Damien Dark in Legends of Tomorrow. I did not like what he had to do in Arrow. It's like the Genesis program, whatever it is. Like I don't care. I'm bored.
Dude, I don't even remember that.
Yes, and he was like a lot of fun in Legends of Tomorrow. Like they knew how to just make him fun and interesting because
what sucked last season. Did you watch The Flash last season?
No, I don't think I've. Which was the one with the first introduction of
Cicada?
Nora?
Did you guys know?
Cicada? I stopped.
Horrible, man.
I stopped.
It just went on and on and on and on and on. It's like they couldn't get rid of that character. They beat it come back. They beat it, come back. I was like, oh my gosh, really? It was not very interesting.
That's the season where I stopped watching The Flash.
That was last season.
Was that last season?
Yeah, Cicada. Yep.
Wow. I feel like it's been like
the one that
years.
throws it, that takes the meta-human powers away. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was last season. I think that was pretty bad. But the season before that was bad too, because what they did is the showrunners decided to say that the show was too dark. So they wanted to make it more lighthearted. They brought in Elastic Man, and they made the show kind of like, it's kind of goofy, man. It's pretty goofy. Like it reminded me of Gotham, like camp.
I love Gotham.
I did, but not in Flash. Like it needs to be different. It worked for Gotham. It doesn't work for Flash, especially when Flash started off one way and then it's ending up another. But then again, last episode was pretty damn good, man. Last episode was good. So,
last week's episode,
this week's episode.
Oh, is it happening right? It's airing right now, right?
Yeah, this week's episode was pretty good.
So I'm not even caught up.
But the one before that, filler, and it was the season premiere. So it's kind of nuts.
Man.
Yeah. So what else is happening out here in the world of entertainment?
In the world of entertainment, there's like
Ghostbusters is 2020 wraps filming,
mhm.
and they released a new photo. Let me see. This is on comicbookmovie.com. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, they just released a photo of them wrapping up with the card. No big deal. But yeah, so at least we know that's coming.
There is for like modern for video games.
What's going on with video games?
Modern Warfare is coming out next week, so that's gonna be
Any
exciting.
zombies?
No, the zombie stuff are done by the Treyarch guys. They're the ones that do those. This one's gonna be modern stuff, make it realistic and all that. And then you also have we're get what is it? I'm gonna check out the Swan Princess pink carpet. Remember Swan Princess from the '90s?
Yep.
So it's like an anniversary, and they're bringing it back. And I've never seen the movie, so I'm kind of interested in seeing like a animated movie not done by Disney.
Okay, here we go. Speaking of Disney, they have a director for Pinocchio.
Oh, don't tell me it's Tim Burton
for the live action Pinocchio.
Don't.
I think it's gonna be great, dude.
Who is it?
Robert Zemeckis.
All right. I love Back to the Future,
and I love his stuff. He's good.
That I enjoyed. What was it? He did the
Walk.
Beowulf. I like that.
Walk. The Walk was good.
I haven't seen that one.
Very good movie. He could pull emotions. Huh?
What's the last movie he did?
It was the airplane one. Or was it The Walk?
The airplane one. Oh man. What was it? He did. I was gonna say Contact, but he was like the producer.
What was the last one? The Walk?
There's Allied. Is that the World War II movie?
He did that?
Oh, that's the one with was it Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard? He did that one. I've never seen that.
That's the latest one.
He also did Welcome to Marwin, but that came out last year. I don't know who was about that movie. Steve Carell.
Tiffany hates Elastic Man. Why do you hate him? Though, but the Flash got stupid when his daughter showed up.
Yeah, Nora, like that whole storyline. I'm like, why are you doing a lot of stupid things? Stop it. Stop.
It got to the point where there were just too many dorky characters, man. That's the thing.
Yeah. Like you can yeah. There's a difference between like how different movies do it where the characters are fun to watch. They could be dorky, but here they're too dorky. They're like a little too much, where it just kind of feels unrealistic now.
What is that thing she says?
Deep end.
Frochet or Franchet or
what is that? Forchet?
I don't know what the hell it is, man. It's bad. The King school.
Shui. That's so Shui. I'm like, stop.
Please stop, dude. I'm gonna hang up on you right here. Shui.
That's so Shui. What is it? It's kind of like, what was it, the Spider-Man guy from 2099? Like he has like different slang terms too.
Well, at least I'm not the only one about thinking about Elastic Man.
I kind of enjoy him, but it's like, yeah, he's a little bit too goofy.
Yeah, it's just too much. He should go out and remake.
Evil Dead. We've been saying his name is wrong. It's not Elastic Man. It's Elongated Man.
There's Elastic Man.
Man's the other again. He's another DC guy.
There's Plastic Man also.
Oh yeah, Plastic Man. Elastic Man is that is, I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let's pick out a couple more topics, and I'm gonna take off because we got that thing in the morning that you're going to. So let's see what else is going on, John. Did we cover all the topics you had written?
Let's see here. I don't think we did we?
I don't know. You got the title right there. Let's see what the title says.
the title says we talked about. Oh, we didn't even talk about the first thing that's on the title, The
What
Rock
is?
and Black Adam.
Okay, so from what I know, you guys had a news item over there on Nerd Reactor. What was it exactly? Because I see The Rock is about something to do about starting to shoot Black Adam in
Yeah.
July or June or something like that.
Yeah,
Am I right?
July of 2020. So
And what's going on with that?
It's finally happening because before we weren't sure. We knew that The Rock was attached as Black Adam, but now we know that Warner Brothers is moving forward, and so it looks like once Shazam came out, it's kind of like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's speed up the process.
Shway.
Shway.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk of that, and I've been looking forward to it. I love Shazam. I love Shazam. I think it's awesome, man. I want to see more of it. I think The Rock comes in there. It's going to give it that box office bump. And but I'm still reluctant until they start filming. When they start shooting the first footage, then I'm like, I'm all in. But we've been told that the movie was going to come out. It's been announced 2 years ago at CinemaCon. They announced it was going to come out.
Yeah.
And we never had it. We never got it. I think 2 years ago, 2 or 4, I'm not sure, but
it's been a while because he's been cast as Black Adam since 2008.
He looks perfect for it.
It's over 10 years already. It's nuts.
It looks perfect. Maybe that's the next standalone. The next standalone will be Black Adam. So we got The Rock doing that. He looks perfect in the cast. Tiffany's talking about Jungle Cruise as well. That looks like a lot of fun. And if the Jungle Cruise does a lot of money and it becomes a franchise, then we may not get Black Adam, man. So
oh yeah. But then let's go back to Flash. Tiffany was like, it was so good. Elongated man, he doesn't have a purpose, and that's one of my biggest issues of the CW shows, where there's no world building. Like, it's just each week it's just a new villain, and then these characters, for example, Cisco and all that, most of the time they don't have their own storylines. They're just there to serve the Flash, or the other people are just there to serve Arrow. And it's like, what do you do?
Well, there's no end game, right? Are you saying there's no end game?
No, not even end game. Like, I just want to know what they do, like, outside of being in the lab. Like, that's just their purpose.
Well, they go to that burger joint.
Yeah, but I want to see more. Like, let's say, because we're like in the golden age of TV shows. Like, you can watch like Stranger Things and I don't know what other shows, like, Game of Thrones, before it got crappy near the ending. Each character has their own storyline, their own way of life, and you get to like follow them. Here with the Flash, it's just you just see the Flash and the group. They just do their thing. They save the day, but you don't really get to see like their love life.
You kind of do. Cisco has that cute.
But then like it's kind of like they had it and then they just throw it away. It's like once you introduce something, then they just throw it away.
I thought Caitlin Snow was gonna be a Cisco's girlfriend in the beginning of the show.
Yeah. Caitlin, like you have the stuff, but then you just throw it away. You just toss it out.
Well, that's another thing. Like, and maybe Tiffany could agree with me there. Is like Caitlin as Killer Frost is basically the same character as Caitlin Snow with white hair. There's no the character seems to be the same person. There's no Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde element to it. There's no Hulk, David Banner element to it. And Caitlin Snow and Frost are the same person. And I feel like Frost is kind of, again, campy to a certain extent.
Yeah, she's...
Well, Tiffany, you want more Killer Frost, but do you agree that Killer Frost, I'm talking to Tiffany in the chat, do you agree that Killer Frost is kind of like the same as Caitlin Snow? I don't see a difference much. That's my argument. I want to see more of the conflict between them two, and more. I would like to see Killer Frost be the more badass character. You when she turns to Killer Frost, you better run. In other words, that's the one that's going to kick some ass. Caitlin's more fragile.
She's just a scientist, so she's not like
she's more fragile
oriented.
But Killer Frost, she's a killer, right?
Yeah.
And I don't see that.
She's got the different eye color. You know, that's those are them killer eyes.
Well, they got the new villain as well too. He's kind of, I don't know if he's a villain exactly, but the guy from Heroes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know Heroes, right?
Which guy?
Did you watch Heroes?
Yeah, I did. There's Nathan Petrelli, Peter Petrelli, Hiro Nakamura.
What about the guy, the Indian guy? He was
What's
he was
his
a
name?
scientist. Koresh,
Suresh, is it?
Suresh. Yeah.
Why he's in that?
See, look, Tiffany's a true fan here. She says there was when they first introduced her, and then she got meh. And I think what you're trying to say, Tiffany, it's here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is basically that the character was different. There was a clear difference and intimidating factor between Caitlin Snow and Killer Frost in the beginning. And then after the show, like as the show went on, they kind of like got lazy with it, or I don't know.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They just get lazy with it. Like, okay, let's say, I love the way they did the Marvel Netflix shows where each character you see, they still have like their own purpose, their own storyline that they're doing, and the
I don't watch
subplot's
those.
interesting.
The Netflix ones?
Daredevil.
No, that was great.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking to ABC.
yeah, and even like the villains, like they're great too. You're watching how they do things, and then they're actually doing stuff that's interesting and engaging. But for example, when you're watching The Flash, the guy that floats in the chair, it's like, what are you doing? Like, oh, there's a mystery, but I don't care about the mystery because all you're doing is just floating around. You're in your lab, and you're just.
Tiffany says, but
wife.
now, but in the show now, Caitlin has more control over Frost. So I feel like it's a kind of a cop out on using money on effects
to save the effects.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
and it's I think the Netflix Marvel shows, I think they did a great job of world building, character building.
Just Jessica Jones, I couldn't watch though. I was like,
really.
Yeah, it was
okay. So let's say you're not a fan of Jessica. There's still like other shows. Well, I don't want to mention Iron Fist, but Luke Cage. Like there's like all these
didn't like it
characters. Really, not even Luke Cage.
Iron Fist was unwatchable too.
Okay, so I'll just go back to Daredevil.
Punisher was good.
Yeah. Daredevil. You got Matt Murdock. You have the Kingpin. You're following him. You're following Karen Page. You're following his buddy. What was his?
Some of those shows are so slow.
Mm-hmm.
Like even in the way they deliver dialogue, like
they
want to fill the hour so badly that it's just like The Walking Dead.
The 13 hours.
Yeah, The Walking Dead is so slow. The way they talk.
Oh yeah,
it's so slow and so no zombies in the show.
And the stuff they talk about is not even that interesting. That's why I kind of like stop watching. The Walking Dead.
They don't care about the zombie apocalypse in that show.
Like they need to build up all these stuff, but then it's like sometimes when they're walking together on Walking Dead, it's just they're just talking.
Well, what do you think? What do you think of this? And they're trying to make the show real. Like they're trying to say the zombie apocalypse really happened. What's really going to happen in a zombie apocalypse? Right? There's going to be
what's really going to happen is Zombie Land double tap.
Well, there's going to be the chaos, the lawlessness.
Yeah,
that they got, but aren't you? If you find survivors, aren't you also going to ask them what's up? What are there any survivors? Where you're coming from? Are there any weapons? Where are the walkers? Are they occupying everywhere you saw? Are there any safe zones? And then the big question is, how do we cure this thing? How do we get rid of the zombies? No one asked that except in this first season. They're just like, it's like, aren't you guys worried? Aren't you guys trying to reestablish some sort of civilization?
I think with them, like the groups, like they're because you don't see a lot of scientists around, so they're just trying to survive. They're like they don't know how to get around it, and that's why like out of all the Walking Dead, like the first season is still my favorite one.
Yeah, first after they got out of the jail, it wasn't that good.
Yeah,
yeah.
Zombieland Double Tap. That movie makes fun of Walking Dead. there's like a scene when you watch it. It's like, ah, they just poke fun at it. And look at that. Okay, the more we're going, like the more we got like 16 viewers now. Woo,
We got viewers.
yeah, 16 now. So I don't know.
Woo!
I don't know
Pretty
if you
good.
want to like end it now for
No, let's go a little
Star
bit
Wars
more.
thing.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, everyone watching right now, my name is Lewis. I'm the guest here on Nerd Reactor. Please press like and share this video. We want to get more videos, more live stuff going on here on this channel and a few other ones. We're kind of assembling the Justice League.
Or
where we have a
Avengers.
group of Avengers or whatever. Where we have, you know, a group of YouTube friends and talk with this community right here and stuff like that. And the more you guys support, the more videos we'll do, right, John?
Oh yeah, yeah. More of this, and then I know like there are a lot of you that want more reaction videos. I can only like choose certain few. So right now I'm doing supernatural reaction videos, and after that I'll probably the top 2 shows that I'll do reaction videos for would be Supernatural and Vampire Diaries. But then that leaves out like a lot of the other stuff. Like there's so many shows out there. So I think it would be best to just do like these live discussions, like after hours. Because Lewis, you've done something like that too, right? Like after you watch it, you do.
I call it after shows. I used to call it after shows on.
Yeah, what happened to those?
Politics.
Oh, okay.
With the studio we were doing it at, and again, I want to find. It's always been very difficult to find people that are open with the schedule and stuff like that, and people that want to talk and everything. But I think with this new format we've established, and most of us are in LA, so it's very difficult to drive in LA because not only places that should take 10 minutes to get there take an hour and a half. Gas is really expensive. So we have this new thing where we could it's kind of like the old Google Plus, but Google Plus is gone, or Google Hangout, it's gone. So maybe we could do more interaction and discussions like this.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to be giving away passes to Terminator on my channel on the live feed. I think maybe if not tomorrow, Monday, maybe.
Oh, that reminds me. Nerd Reactor, we're giving away tickets to Doctor Sleep, and
the premiere.
The premiere, yeah. And so if you're in
how much are those?
If you're in the LA area, or if you think you can like win the tickets, and then if you know the information and you're willing to like drive to LA, it's going to be
John, how many pairs do you have? How many pairs do you have?
I only have 2 pairs.
Okay, this did you start the contest already?
Yeah, the contest already started, and you have to visit our Instagram on Nerd Reactor.
Is there any way you could do maybe do a quiz here or something, like a trivia? Maybe tomorrow or something, Sunday. I'll tell you what, John.
It's just all on Instagram. That's it,
John.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
When are we gonna go live here again?
When does you want to do Watchmen?
Okay, this Sunday. I'm gonna say it right
Sunday.
Now. John, yeah. Look at how happy he is. I think John gets more energy as we go. This Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go on here on Nerd Reactor. Am I right?
Yeah.
And what time?
Let's see. What time is Watchmen?
It's gonna have to be like at 10.
10 o'clock. Yeah, I'm not curious. I'm gonna check out what time Watchmen.
John,
because you gotta like figure out what time it ends. And
we got more people on. Damn it, I'm not gonna sleep.
I know. Watchmen is. I wish. Okay, I'm going to the HBO site right now. It's okay. It says here. It says here to start your free trial. I said, damn it! Just tell me the time. Why can't you just tell me the time Watchmen starts? Stream. Oh, you can actually stream free episodes. I wish it would just say the time. And here I'm checking out Den of Geek. They have a list of what time it starts. It should be interesting. I hope that a lot of people watch it. Okay, it will premiere Sunday, October 20th, 9 p.m. on HBO. So that means 9 p.m. Eastern time.
6 p.m.
9, 8, 7, 6, so
6 LA.
6 LA. So they'll be done 7 p.m. So maybe we can do it. Oh, we'll wait till like the Pacific time.
When's the premiere? This Monday or next Monday?
This Sunday.
No, the premiere for Doctor Sleep.
Oh, the premiere for Doctor Sleep. That is a good question. I have to like check.
Okay, I know it's on a Monday. John.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna promise you right now. I have another pair of tickets to give away for Doctor Sleep. For the premiere in LA, which takes place at the Regency. Is it the Westwood?
Why are you asking me if you already know?
Well, because it's your show, man.
It is at the Regency.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We'll do a trivia for pair passes here on Nerd Reactor on Sunday at 10. So stay tuned for that. And we're gonna do a reaction to the Watchmen. We want you guys to go in there.
It won't be a live reaction. It will just be like a post discussion.
You don't want to go live?
What do you mean, like live as we're watching it?
No, this.
No. We'll be live. Like it will be live discussion, not like live reaction.
Yeah, we'll talk about the show, and we'll talk about anything else that drops. Maybe some new news, whatever's hot, and Watchmen, if you don't mind. And we'll have a trivia question, and you'll have an email ready where people can email the answer, and you randomly pick a winner, maybe.
Email, or I don't know, what would be a good way to do it on YouTube?
Yeah, that's what you do. You do a trivia question. I'll let you know off the air. Yeah. But we'll do probably a trivia question, and first person.
Hey, that's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool.
You got to pip that on your
so there are many different ways to get the ticket stand for Dr. Sleep, the premiere. So you can do it on.
Is Tiffany a writer for you? She has inside information. October 29th.
October. Oh yeah, because Tiffany she participated in the contest on Instagram, so she knows the date.
Okay.
And we got 20 viewers now. So
oh no,
you're not gonna sleep now. No, okay. Last night we did it right. Like the number's been kind of like the same, but now it's just
people get the notification late.
Yeah.
But let's get some more discussions in the comments. That's what we want to do. So
yeah. Let us know. What you guys want us to talk about, and I think with Tiffany, probably Supergirl. But I don't know. I don't know if I can do Supergirl. I'm like,
well, she's cute. Does that count?
Melissa Benoist.
Yes, she's cute. She did they did a Supergirl episode at Frankenstein.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they did. I remember that now, where they went to like a convention. Yeah, Toyman.
Yeah, and they mentioned Frankenstein.
Yeah, I recognize that. That was kind of cool.
It was, man.
Yeah, that's why I did enjoy the first scene of Supergirl, because it's new and different, and you get to see how the CW shows do things with villains and characters that's from the Superman universe. And actually do like what was his name? The guy that plays Superman. Tyler Hoechlin. I think Tyler Hoechlin is a great Superman.
Really?
Yeah, you don't think so?
He's looking much better standing next to Brandon Routh. No, he is. I mean, I think those images we've been seeing of him have been impressive. But
and now I gotta watch it. The Crisis one.
Yeah, it's very hard to pull off that Superman suit. That's probably the hardest suit to pull off. Mm-hmm. The shorts ruin it.
That's true.
You know what I mean? The shorts makes everything look dorky.
It's okay. So what do I need to do to catch up on that for the crossover? What is it called again?
Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Crisis on Infinite Earth.
I would watch the last season of Arrow and the Flash.
What about Legends?
They're not in the last crossover.
No,
I don't think they're in the last crossover. Tiffany, help. Yeah, I don't think they're in the crossover. So,
wait, what was the last crossover? That's the one with the Crisis X one, right?
I forgot what that's called.
But that's the one with the evil Supergirl.
Maybe. What was it called? X. I think they had two Did they have two crossovers? I'm delusional. No.
So Tiffany's like, I can talk Star Wars all day. It's like, really? Star Wars? And so what do you guys think of Supergirl from Smallville? I've never been a huge fan of Smallville or watched it religiously. Maybe like 3 episodes.
Get out of here.
But Star Wars, yeah. Star Wars.
Speaking of Smallville, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. Lewis is gonna get something. He's gonna get like a Tom Welling doll. Oh crap! Is that the whole box set?
Yep, it's DVD though.
Is that new? It looks new. What's up, Euphonica? Hello.
That DVD weighs a ton.
Wow, yeah. DVDs, man. But now we got streaming. Is it streaming on? It should be streaming on DC Universe. Is Smallville on DC Universe?
Euphonica. Is that hello? I think I pronounced your name right.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for?
If Smallville is on DC Universe, I can just watch it there.
Is it?
It should be. Like, guess what? If DC Universe, I don't know. DC Universe is not doing a really good job of.
It's pissing me off because
bringing content.
It's pissing me off because some of the content's free on Netflix. That's overseas, and yeah. I'm sorry. People, I may get people upset, but we invented DC. It's from America. Why are we having to pay?
But okay, here's the thing. Like with Disney Plus, that's like the best thing. Like Disney has been
not Disney Plus. I'm talking about.
No. But I'm just saying, like Disney Plus is pulling all the stops. You're like getting all the Disney movies, shows, and you're gonna
not
get
yet.
Like, Avengers. Once it comes out November.
No, they're trickling it. They're trickling it. It's not all. Not the entire library is coming out at once.
But either way, they have like a trailer that's like a 2-hour trailer. So that means it's just a lot of content. But with DC Universe,
it's going to be impressive. Yes.
I just want to be impressed with DC Universe's content. Just give me all the shows because they keep putting things in, taking things out. Like for the Batman films, like give me all the good stuff, like Dark Knight trilogy.
Do they have the Dark Knight trilogy on there?
I don't know if it's still on, but it's like sometimes like it's on there and then sometimes they take it away. So I'm like,
that doesn't make sense. No.
Why are you wishy-washy?
Do they have Superman and Christopher Reeves?
They do have that, right? I think last time I saw it, they did have that. They need to.
See, we're gonna have a streaming show just about them.
They need to have a list. Like I'm gonna check the list now. I'm gonna see what they have.
Euphonica says that he's sad about or she is sad about Krypton. I saw the first season, kind of part of it, and
about it being canceled.
I like the show. I don't know what happened with it. Yeah, the old Birds of Prey on there now. Are you talking about the series they had on the WB network and they canceled it like after a few episodes? Is that the one that's up there? The one with Mark Hamill voicing Joker?
Oh,
so you wanted to see what you're talking about Krypton over there, Euphonica? You wanted to see what happened to Brainiac and Baby Jor-El.
Oh yeah.
That's gosh, I hate it. I'm sorry. I hate when they do that. They get, they leave you on a cliffhanger. They should respect the fans and just give you.
Well, sometimes they want to do it where it's like a cliffhanger so that it can do something. Yeah,
but if they're gonna cancel, the fans deserve one more episode. Like, okay, we canceled, but here's one more episode to cut. To fix all the loose ends, right?
So that would be like a network thing with
well, because people invest time, and then it's like not a TV show, but what's that thing that I really liked, the Divergent series that never ended. They didn't give us a third, the final. So $3 Theater's still here. Oh, he's home.
I'm home now. But yeah, I'm looking at the DC Universe lineup. Okay, I will say this: like, I'm pretty happy that they have the whole Batman animated series. That's cool. They have the new Batman adventures. They have Batman Beyond, 3 seasons of Batman Beyond, Batman the Brave and the Bold. Not sure if I like the animation because it's more like the old school comic books. And then they also have the Batman, 5 seasons of the Batman. And
Your
aside from
camera's
your,
going nuts.
is it my camera's going nuts? Oh
Yeah,
God!
it's out of focus, brother.
Oh no!
No, you look fine. It's your camera.
That was weird. Yeah, but they have some movies. I want to see more.
I'll tell you what, John. Why don't you come down my house and pick up that camera that I'm not using and put it
Yeah,
on?
I can try it. Oh yeah, so yeah, they have Krypton this season. They have the Shazam. They have Wonder Woman.
Do they have Linda Carter Wonder Woman?
Yeah, that's the Linda Carter one. Is there
That's-
another Wonder Woman series?
There is one that never got aired.
Hmm. I'm like, is this all the series they have? That's not a lot. Okay, all the series they have is on one page that I can see right now. So I'm gonna read it off. This is pretty sad. Titans,
There we go.
Doom Patrol, Wonder Woman, Swamp Thing, Krypton, Shazam, Constantine, Lewis and Clark, The New Adventurers, the old school, the '90s Flash, Human Target, Birds of Prey, The Adventures of Superboy, and The Adventures of Superman. So these are the live action stuff. I'm like, this is it.
No Constantine?
No. Constantine is there. So that's kind of cool that they have.
What about the movie?
The movies? Oh, let's see. That's a good one.
Constantine movie.
Okay, they have all the animated stuff. Oh, they have Watchmen, the live action Watchmen.
Yeah.
They have
V for
all the
V for
Christopher
Vendetta?
Reeves. I don't see that. Let's see if they can. Ah, man, I hate the way they did a list. I wish it was like alphabetical order.
What the hell? I think John messes up. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Lewis here. I have taken over Nerd Reactor. It is my turf now. 3 Book Theater. I'll let John know right now. I don't know what I'm doing. I can do 30 minutes. All right. John, I don't know what happened. But yeah, this is my show. You guys could probably only see me right now. Am I on? Yeah. Cool. It looks like John has given me his website and stuff, and I'm taking over. I'm EQing here the stuff. Again, fixing my hair. Anyways, John should be back. He is looking at what DC Universe has in store for and must have clicked on the wrong button. So we'll see what's up with that. Does anyone in the chat actually subscribe to DC Universe? Tiffany says she loves it's not a lot. I love Lois and Clark. Yeah. The suits are oh, he's back. Damn
That is
it.
crazy. I don't know what just happened. Like I got disconnected, but I'm still surprised that it's still the broadcast is still going on. Whew, that's
Yeah,
I was
that's
like, kind of worried.
it does do that.
Yeah. So I guess it's still going off your end. But yeah, I'm so upset. I don't know what you heard, or I don't know if did you hear my rant about no live action Batman movies?
No.
Yeah. They have no live action Batman movies. What is going on?
Check your Facebook. I send you a message.
Mm-hmm.
We could do it here on the private as well. But yeah, I took over Nerd Reactor for a bit, man, and like people really loved it. They said they wanted me on instead of you. Sorry, John. I felt the power. I felt the power of the force.
You said the
Okay,
power.
we're gonna get Matt Jarbo in here. We gotta send him an invite. This technical stuff is pretty crazy, right there. And thanks everyone for hanging in here with us because that's why we do it, because we want to share nerdy news with everyone and talk nerdy with everyone.
Talk nerdy to me. Was that song like talk
That
dirty to
doesn't-
me?
That doesn't sound right?
Yeah.
Oh,
What
And
up?
Matt, Matt is here.
I am. And I won't swear as much this time.
I got demonetized.
If you do want to swear, you could just say like "screw it" or "gosh darn it."
Man, you guys keep it PG. It's Friday after midnight.
We're gonna keep it G, general audience. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Gotta watch out for that algorithm, right? It's a real mother.
Yeah.
What we really gotta do is call in Jeffrey, and then you and I, John and I, leave and just leave Matt and Jeffrey alone so they can talk about.
Matt, you want to talk to Jeffrey?
I'm only going to be around for like 30 minutes, so
30 minutes is fine.
30 minutes is.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be around for only 30 minutes.
It's like enough for like one conversation about one topic.
Well, what do you want to talk about since you're the guest? We've been talking.
No, let's talk about Matt on his bed right now, shirtless.
I'm not in my bed. I'm in my office, pantsless, but I'm in my
John,
office.
Don't take it over there. You want everything to be PG, and the first thing you do is talk about Matt shirtless in his bed.
No, it's weird. It's like with YouTube, you could talk about like shirtless dudes, but you can't mention, F-bombs, and you can't talk about.
Well, I mean, I actually drop F-bombs pretty often in my videos, and I don't get. There's a lot more to it than what Lewis tried to explain earlier.
Okay, I did a video on Joker, and it was a controversial video, a topic. That's why it was like demonetized. The moment you talk about something controversial.
Almost every one of my Joker videos was demonetized. It was
not mine.
So I think, but for me, because I kept mentioning the names of some people.
Oh yeah.
And like this person did this thing, and then it's like, oh.
For me, I talked about a subject matter that's very taboo. For that video, that deals with just like how things are now.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, yeah, that's controversial. We can't do that.
Well, I mean, like oftentimes you have to wait the 2-day period, which is just terrible. It's like, because by that point, the video is generally dead.
Yeah.
Most videos have an average 2-day lifespan. I mean, if that. I mean, if you watch Lewis's channel, it's got about a 20-minute lifespan. So really, But no, most videos.
Hey, you're lucky you're not on Nerd Report, man. I would have roasted you.
Well, I protected myself with the reactor. That's how we do this. That's how this goes.
Yeah.
There's like a wall here. It's like I'm safe. You can't attack me. There's a force field.
I'm behind the guy wearing glasses. I'm sorry. Wait, I'm behind the Asian guy. So you can't. Yeah, that's my shield.
So we've been having we've had like 10, consistently 10 people watching, and then it got bumped up to like 18, 20 as soon as I said, "Oh, I think I'm gonna go to bed right now." So like everyone heard.
Yeah. The moment you said I'm going to bed, and then more people popped up. They're like, "Oh, is Lewis gonna go to bed now? Ah, crap! I guess I'm stuck here. And I keep watching this live feed."
Well, the thing is, I think, John, is that you don't do many of these. So I think people will probably start to get used to them, and then you'll have more viewers eventually. And hopefully the same happens with me. With Matt, it's a lost case. So
what do you mean? What do you mean a lost case?
I'm just messing with him.
Yeah, even I'm lost on that one. I don't quite get
Matt actually has a real for a while there, he was pulling in a lot of people over there at the Hollywood After Dark, but he got lazy and stopped.
It's not that I got lazy. It's then I have a 2-month-old child, and my schedule was just like,
yeah, I know.
So that's what it is. And then I just got home. I wanted to be home a little while ago, but I ended up just staying out a little bit later. And I'm like, all right.
Who'd you go out with
on a Friday night?
I just went out running errands. I'm home with my kids all day.
He's
running.
He's
running. No, I didn't. I don't know. That doesn't really happen as much as it should. I need to be more physically active is what I'm trying to say. But I heard you guys talking about a little bit about DC Universe. Yeah. I have a subscription to it. I've only watched it like 3 times. I watched a little bit of the Batman animated series that they remastered, which looks great.
Yeah.
And then I read some comics, which was awesome, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, I love
the
that.
way it really, the functionality of it's amazing.
Have you done the one for the comics where you can actually go from panel to panel?
I don't know, probably.
Mm-hmm. That was cool because you actually feel like you're waiting for the next chapter, and then there's a cliffhanger, and then you're surprised instead of a whole page showing all at once. Like I already saw what's going to happen at the very bottom right, so I'm not surprised anymore.
But it's definitely it's a good feature. And then I've watched one episode of Doom Patrol, and that was it. Haven't watched any of the Titans yet.
Did you not like it, or it's just
No,
no
I
time?
liked it. It's just like I was like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna review it. I'm gonna do my breakdowns of each episode because it's week to week. I can totally keep up that schedule. Totally can't keep up that schedule. There's so much stuff to watch.
Yeah,
and it's difficult. It's difficult. So it's like I heard you guys talking about Watchmen.
Yeah.
That's Sunday at 6. I think I'll be doing probably an after stream at 7. And the reason why,
so John, we need to go on at 6 to beat them to the punch.
it's on at 6. But the reason why,
but we're Access Media. We're gonna get it tomorrow.
No, you're not. You get Mandalorian. You would have already gotten it. You would have already gotten it. You would have.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. This is Lewis. Okay. Hey, what's up, HBO? Yeah, we'll get to watch it tomorrow. Thanks. On the condition of a good review. Yeah, we could do that. All right. So yeah, we're watching it tomorrow.
All right, Lewis is done. Get out of here.
You know I'm not your 10-year-old.
Get out of here, you shill.
Like, you can't fake me like that. No, I think from what I've been reading about Watchmen, apparently it's really good.
I'm sure it is.
And then also, what is it? November 2nd, HBO is dropping. It's the second. I forget which day, but His Dark Materials is coming out. Which you guys saw the Golden Compass, right?
The Golden Compass.
Yeah, the old one.
Yeah, from 2007. This is the TV show version of that.
Wait, who's doing it?
BBC and HBO. It's got James McAvoy, Ruth Wilson, the girl who played F-23 in Logan.
Yeah, Daphne King.
King, yeah.
Dude, that looks
on HBO. Is this like a kids show now, or is
it's not a kid show? It's
John,
not a kid
it looks
show.
good, dude. It looks, what, good. It looks really good. And Daphne King's back, and I was wondering where the hell she was because I feel like she did such a great job in Logan. It would have been a shame for her not to get another chance on doing something else. So,
wait, so it's not called Golden Compass, it's called His Dark Materials. So is it like the same universe, or I don't know what's going on.
And I'm sorry, which one?
Oh, the Golden Compass. Like, what is that in relation to His Dark Materials?
Well, His Dark Materials is the name of the series.
I
think that's the name of the first book too.
Okay.
It's like the Golden Compass is just what they called it. I think for maybe like American ones or American audiences, and then like the Amber Spyglass is like the second one. There's 3 books, and I think that and HBO originally had said, or well, BBC when they announced the show, they had basically said that they were going to do it for what is it? They were going to do just one season, and it was going to be like all 3 books in one season, which is about the same length of about 3 movies. So like, okay. And then they said, no, it's just going to be, they go, oh no, but it's just the first book. And then they've already announced season 2. And then it's clearly going to do enough to warrant season, it's going to be season 3.
So, wow. So HBO is pretty much having all the cool stuff too. Man, that's amazing. But speaking of Watchmen, we can actually watch it early and talk about it later. Once it comes out.
Well, we're not gonna have early access to it. We're just gonna watch it like.
No. We do have early access to it.
How?
Me.
Well, you're on their press list.
Yeah.
Wait, for who?
For HBO.
Yeah.
No, but you know why? Because I'm going to interview. I'm gonna interview one of the actors from
How
Watchmen.
can you see how Matt? Did you see how he holds information from us?
I just really met him like the other day, so
Yeah, but he's already holding
this is
information. You're supposed to.
this is how he holds information from you.
So
I'm just gonna hit him up privately and be like, dude, directly.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it's one of those.
Lewis isn't coming through on his promises, so you got to be my new hookup.
It's one of those where we got to watch it together because it's like it's got a watermark and my name on it.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
So, like, if I take a picture of it, I could hold, like, I could like blackmail you. I could say, "Hey, dude, I'm gonna release this if you don't hook up $100."
Okay, you can watch it regularly on the scheduled program slot on HBO. Oh man, yeah, that and then oh my god,
Is that Matt typing?
No.
or
You know, I introduced you guys at Comic-Con, right?
Yeah, we briefly.
Yeah. You
are you
remember,
talking
John?
about was it the
Amazon?
Amazon? That was cool. Can we talk more about the Amazon stuff? Amazon's doing a lot of great things.
Have you watched Carnival Row?
I hated that show.
Oh, really? I haven't watched it yet.
It's like watching it. It was a very. I love slow burn shows where if it's interesting, where the character is interesting, the dialogue is interesting. This one, it doesn't take it until like the last 2 episodes to pick up because you can watch the 6th episode and still be caught up if you miss the first 5 episodes. That's how slow it is.
Okay, and well, the thing is, they did get a new showrunner for season 2.
Oh, goody! I can't wait because
it's Eric Olson who did Daredevil.
Okay. So it should be interesting because what was it? Because Amazon was such on a great high from after watching The Boys, and then I watched Carnival Row. I'm like, but then Amazon went back up again with Undone with Rosa Salazar. I don't know if you heard that show with
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it yet.
Great show, great concept, sci-fi, and it messes with.
Hey, why is Tiffany making fun of my face?
You're.
See, did you see? Look at your super chat.
Oh, hey, yeah, thanks, Nuke the Fridge.
Am I your first super chat ever?
You're probably the first super chat. Yeah. I just activated that recently, so everything is new to me with this whole super chat and all that.
I'm surprised it doesn't highlight better on this thing.
Really?
Yeah.
But what about like on the actual?
Oh yeah, it's highlighted.
It's highlighted, so you're like Supreme. I'm kind of curious now. Oh wow, you're like it's like turquoise.
Yeah, so you're supposed to dance.
Oh yeah, whenever play some music right now. Oh no, we can't play music on YouTube.
Doesn't that suck?
Yeah.
I have turntables.
I can do it like on another streaming app, and they don't really.
App? Which one?
Oh, right now I don't even want to say it.
Why?
Because then they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're gonna have to stop doing that too." So
stop.
Okay. Every app like Twitch and YouTube, they have a thing where you can't use licensed music and all that.
Because,
because of copyright and all that. So there's like another app where they're kind of. No, they're against it, but they're kind of lenient. So I don't want to say anything. I don't want to.
Is it the one you send me a link to?
I don't want to jinx myself. Oh, okay. The best part of Carnival Row is the fairy sex and also the I forgot the names for the creatures. The creatures.
Fairy sex.
Yeah, there's fairy sex.
I saw a GIF of that on Reddit. There's like Cara Delevingne. I'm like, oh. Okay.
Cara Delevingne and also Orlando Bloom. You get to see him have sex too, and you see his.
Oh God!
But if you like Orlando Bloom's ass, check it out. Carnival Row.
I've seen the photos of him with Katy Perry where he was naked on the paddleboard. So, did you ever see those photos? Those were around for a while. Those are making their way around the internet.
Wow.
He's just it's like Katy Perry in a bikini and Orlando Bloom full on naked on a paddleboard. Wow. And they're both on the paddleboard, and he's just like paddling along.
Cool. Send me those pictures later.
It's just like, wait, what? So
Just watch Carnival Row. There you go.
I have an Orlando Bloom story for you guys.
Oh yeah,
You want to know what it
talk
is?
about it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what it is?
Go ahead.
Okay. Burbank AMC, the opening night of Avatar. James Cameron's doing a Q&A. I'm there with Max Anderson, who's Stan Lee's former manager. Stan Lee was invited, but he couldn't show up because, he's old. He doesn't want to go out. But the movie runs, and I'm watching it with everyone else, and James Cameron's going to do a Q&A, and I'm sitting next to Orlando Bloom because it was just like all these Roman Emmerich was there, everyone. And it's the IMAX in Burbank. And the movie ends after 3 hours. I was bored out of my brain. And people courtesy applaud, and I just courtesy applaud. I turn to Orlando Bloom. He's doing the same thing, and he goes, and I go, nah, and he goes, yeah. That's my story.
Wow.
He goes, he goes, and I go, and he goes,
That's cute. That's cute.
But James Cameron knew that was a technical achievement.
Mm-hmm.
He knew the storyline was weak because the questions. I was hanging around with him, and damn, I forgot the producer's name. But basically that was a technical achievement. That's what they wanted to do, revolutionize the theatrical experience. So when people would ask about the storyline, they were kind of like, yeah, whatever. Because the storyline's kind of weak. Right, Matt?
I had no problem with the storyline. I mean, it's derivative of other films, but at the same time, what isn't?
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, well, okay. There's a thing where it's like it's too much of a copy, but then if it's like different enough, for example,
look at Joker.
Matrix.
Joker is like king of comedy and Taxi Driver.
Yeah,
heavily influenced by Martin Scorsese. Not complaining, great film, but I mean, they don't hide its influences. So, and it's like, okay, cool.
And then there's still enough about the Joker that's different enough where you're still engaged, especially with like the characters and the way it progresses, especially with how the crowd is. I don't even want to talk about it. If
Matt, don't be so hard on the Joker. It's not a Sony film.
No, it's profitable.
This guy is Sony, man. There's just something.
Why? What's wrong with Sony?
Oh no, I'm leaving.
Well,
what, Spider-Man or
hold on.
Just in general.
Let's do this.
Sony Pictures can't run anything.
Okay.
So
I am dying here. I'm dying here. Hold on. Matt, how long are you gonna stay on?
Like another 10 minutes or so.
Perfect. John, I want to thank you for having me here. I gotta get going because I'm dying. I got my son here. Matt, I always love talking to you. I'm gonna say one word, and I want to say thank you to everyone in the chat and stuff. We're gonna do the Sunday feed, the Sunday stream here on Nerd Reactor. Thanks everyone for
2 more minutes, and then we can end.
No, because I want to go to sleep with this story because I love listening to Matt's voice.
Okay,
because the dude has an awesome voice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it there. Matt, Ghostbusters. See you guys later. Talk about Ghostbusters.
All right.
Well, I don't know how you feel about Ghostbusters 2016.
I haven't seen it. No.
Oh, good. You're not missing out then.
Yeah.
It's really just it's not good. It's
I don't know. It's just like watching the trailer. Didn't really do anything for me to want to watch it. And to be honest, I haven't really been a huge Ghostbusters fan. Like I enjoy watching them, but I'm not like, oh god, this is so cool. The what was it, the marshmallow guy? I want to have a logo or a T-shirt or whatever, Slimer. But I will say this: I did an experience. I don't know if you heard of The Void. You guys might have that there up north, right? The Void.
I've heard of it. I just don't quite know what it is.
The Void is a VR immersive experience where you can actually free roam, so you're not tethered. in one spot. So you're wearing a backpack, which is kind of like a laptop inside, so you can actually move around the set. And whatever you touch is actually, what you feel like. Let's say there's a railing in the VR, you touch the railing, it's actually a railing you can hold on to. And so one of the first ones that the Void has was Ghostbusters, and I just did that recently. Uh, I think last week in Santa Monica, and it was crazy. It was actually a lot of fun because we had the backpack, and we had the weapon, and we're shooting each other. We're crossing streams, and it's got haptic feedback, so you actually feel like a tingling feeling, like static shock and all that. And
that's the thing I miss about living in LA is
yeah,
like the access to everything.
yeah. And they also had the what was it? The giant marshmallow. What's his name? The marshmallow dude.
Stay puffed.
Stay Puff. So he's huge. You're like firing. If you're firing at him, and once he explodes, you can actually smell the marshmallows. And I was like, oh man, this is
Oh, nice.
crazy. This is
Nice. That's again, that's what I miss, like, because I used to live in North Hollywood.
Yeah.
So I lived like, right down. I lived, where the Lemley is?
What is that near?
It's Lancashire and Vineland.
I know Lancashire, not Vineland. No.
Is it Lancashire and like where the TV Academy is?
No.
Okay. You don't spend a lot of time in NoHo, do you?
I spend a lot. I know I spend a lot of time in NoHo, but very specific areas.
I don't blame you.
I don't venture out. Like I just go for NoHo for tacos. What is it? Tacos El Venado, one of my favorite LA tacos. And I go to this bar. I love going to this bar, Joe's. Like always live jazz music, and that's pretty much it. That's the only time I go there.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I used to live there. It's not. I mean, I moved there in 2010, like right after the recession.
Yeah.
So like rent was a lot more manageable.
Yeah.
I mean, the rent I paid for then back in 2010 is only a few $100s less than the mortgage on my house. So just to give you an idea of like the cost difference of living in Washington versus living in LA. But yeah, I mean, I liked living in LA. I like doing all that stuff. Like, I used to be there's a nonprofit called the Scriptwriters Network.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting on their board of directors as their social media guy. I was their social media director. That was pretty cool. That's a resume booster right there. I walk into like Sprint. Oh, what have you been doing? Well, I was on the board of directors of a nonprofit in Los Angeles.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Well, can you work a register? I can. Like, it's just the good old days. But no, there's the different. Unfortunately, where I'm at now is like, I don't go to the movies as often as I would like, and then I wait for things to come out on home video, and then I feel like when it comes to doing YouTube, like you just can't it's so hard to do cover content when it hits on video because like no one cares.
Yeah, because it's already past its prime time.
So unless you're doing like an honest trailer or like a CinemaSin sort of thing with it, where you can, get access to the digital file and make it work for you.
Yeah.
Then there's that. But otherwise, yeah, it's I kind of is this the weirdest thing is doing this because I don't know like what you specifically do. Like I know you do reviews and stuff, but I need to.
I'm still playing around. These past 2 weeks have been very, very rough.
Now, well, I mean, is this your full-time job?
This one, and then I also do other streaming stuff too. So yeah.
Okay. What kind of other streaming? Like
live AF and all that. So any other ways that I can get money.
I'm sorry. What exactly is live AF?
Live AF is a different kind of app where it's very gamified. So it's all these stuff on screen. It's very popular in Taiwan and Japan, and they're trying to make it big here in the U.S. And it's kind of like a focus on artistic freedom. So you have a lot of different artists, like makeup artists, actual like people doing 2D art, and I think some guys are doing 3D art. and it's a way to just express yourself. And I think it's really cool because people are just going there and just doing just random stuff because you already have your Twitch stuff for video games, you got your YouTube for just all kinds of stuff. This one's more about the streamers, and the thing is, the streamers, not anyone can stream and get the people watching it. So you have to actually audition, or you have someone to scout you out, and that, and then people watch it. So it's the streamers, and then the people that are the I don't know, the users, the app users.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, I know that they're trying to do all that. A friend of mine was talking to me the other day about potentially looking into like doing content for China.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I mean, I've kind of been critical of the government of China recently. So I don't find,
especially with the whole Blizzard incident.
well, yeah, that and like South Park, and then Lewis had mentioned the ebook, the Star Wars ebooks earlier, and that's interesting because they hired a guy who was like a really popular online novelist in China, and they hired him to write a Star Wars story, an original Star Wars story with Chinese characteristics.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that seems kind of weird because it's heavily influenced by Kurosawa. So like, is there going to be a conflict of, East versus China versus Japan sort of thing? I don't know. I mean, the thing is though, they're trying to find a way to get into China. That there's, I didn't think that there's a lot of people who read ebooks in China because, when you think traditionally of China, you think of like the Communist Party, even though they're not as communist as they once were. But you still think of like what you see, at least this from a Westerner perspective, where it's like ill-educated, hardworking people, like they're kept down to not fight back. And then you're like, but how many of them would actually do, how many of them read sort of thing? So it's a what's the word I want to use here? Stereotype, potentially. Yeah. But then you look at the numbers and 420 million people read ebooks every single month.
It's nuts. It's like Japan with manga, it's like they have their own convention that has hundreds of thousands just to read manga. And we don't even have that here. Like we have Comic-Con, like that's like the biggest convention we have in the States, but people aren't there strictly for the comics. They're there for the movies and the TV shows, all the big stuff, pop culture stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've been going to Comic-Con since 2000. And so like I remember when it was mostly comics. And then I remember when movies started coming on in. And then I remember Hall H and all that stuff, first popping up and everything. And now, I mean, I have fun, but it's also like I'm so ready to be done by like day 3, and that's like Friday. I do the preview night, I'm feeling good. I do the first day, I'm feeling good. I do Friday, I'm done. I don't even want to. I think even this year I took it easy. Like on Sunday, my brother and I went down. I had to fly back to Seattle that night, the last night of the show, and so my brother and I went down for like 3 hours, just walked the floor. I found a comic I was looking for. Said hey to some friends, and then we took off, and like that was it.
That's why you still have other comic book conventions that still focuses on just strictly comics. But now, like I still enjoy San Diego Comic-Con for the other stuff, just the craziness, the parties, the activations, and we never really have activations as cool as that. Like the Amazon stuff, as like any other convention, like regular convention, you don't have cool things like that.
Yeah, I mean the boys activation was really cool. Yeah. I really like that. And then the Carnival Row thing was okay. At Amazon, I didn't really do any of the other activations. A friend of mine didn't get into the show. He couldn't get a badge, so he just walked around and did all the activations, and he had a lot of fun. Like, but he ended up meeting like Kevin Smith, randomly.
Nice.
Did you go to the Orville activation?
It's not really an activation. It's just kind of like a museum.
Well, yeah, whatever. I mean, did you end up heading checking that thing out? Yeah, I did too. That was pretty cool.
It's it's just like I'm not a huge fan of just looking at props and sets.
Well, I guess at some point like Seth was there.
Mhm.
and a few people, like some cast, showed up and whatnot after they did their panel. So that was
Yeah.
like the time to go. Then they were giving out this like art book, and I was there when they were giving it out, but I was talking with some other friends of mine that are YouTubers that are big fans of the show, and they had already gotten theirs, and I didn't get mine. And by the time we left,
Mhm.
it was like already checked out. I'm like, damn it, they were already out. I'm like, I really wanted to get my hands on that. So, I mean, like I've been going to con for so long that I just kind of like, I just go to hang out with friends, and I don't make it a big deal anymore.
Yeah. I think for me, like, it just depends on the convention. Like, okay, this past week or this week, is it this weekend for Los Angeles Comic Con? Like, I have no desire to go. Like, the only reason I would go is if I had a panel to talk about stuff, or
I think it's yeah, I think it's this week, and then they also have one called the Nostalgia Con,
oh yeah, Nostalgia Con.
and that looks pretty interesting. Again, I would totally go to that if I lived there.
Yeah,
And
that
even
already passed. Yeah.
yeah, I was getting emails for it. Then it was like Steve Wozniak has got the
Silicon Valley Comic Con. Yeah.
and I get emails for that all the time, and I'm like, I would go, but I don't really want to like fly to Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of burnt out on like just regular conventions.
Yeah,
I'll go if it's like it will wow me. So that's why San Diego Comic Con is a saving grace, because of the activations are so different. You can't really do those things anywhere else.
well, it's like this weekend in Portland is the Retro Gaming Expo, and it's a pretty big one for Portland, and I've been before a couple times.
Yeah.
And like it's fun. I just didn't really feel like going down. It's 100 miles down to Portland. I'm like, I'm fine. Because I've already been, and I get bored after about an hour.
Yeah.
Once I walk the floor, I'm like, okay, I'm done. And then same with other conventions, like Penny Arcade Expo.
Yeah.
Does that for me when I go. If I don't have a friend to hang out with, if I'm by myself, I get bored. I went to the Emerald City Comic Con back in March, and again, same thing. It was cool to see. Like, I hadn't been to that one yet. And I park on the outside of Seattle, and I take the subway in. So it's just a nice little day trip. But it's just also like super wild, and I don't know. Like I again, yeah, I agree with you. It's like the Comic-Con is kind of like you kind of get used to it. You kind of are spoiled by it.
Yeah.
Because nothing else really like matches it. Like, I mean, I've been to E3. My first E3 was in 2000. I went to go meet Bruce Campbell, like legitimately.
Yeah.
And and I went, and the last time I went was 2013, and I just was so bored with it when I was there. I'm like, okay, it's fun, but again, it's like if I don't have someone here to hang out with, I'm kind of bored.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but I'm looking at like Gamescom in Germany. I'm like, man, that'd be kind of cool.
That looks intense. Like, I've never been there, but I hear like 400,000, or is it 200 or 400,000 people?
It's like 400,000, like 300 to 400,000 people.
That is a lot. That's nuts. We don't have
insane.
Like, what's the closest thing we have that here in the States? 400,000 people. I don't think we have.
I don't think we have anything that can hold that gets that many. I mean, we get like Comic-Con gets upwards of 150, 160.
Yeah.
And that's like the con, and then that's all the surrounding areas and stuff.
Does that include the surrounding areas, or is it just
that includes the surrounding areas? Yeah,
because I think it might be more if you don't like people that don't have badges and they'll go to San Diego Comic Con. I think it'd be more than 200,000, because there's a lot of spots that people just congregate.
Well, San Diego itself has 1 million people in it. The county has 3 million people in it. At last I saw. And so people do come down to go check it out. Like a ton of my friends from East County, San Diego, they'll head down there, just walk around.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of people go and check things out, and a lot of people walk around and stuff. And so that's where a lot of that excess crowd comes from. But you look at like BlizzCon, and BlizzCon now is like more of a curated event, right? It's smaller numbers. It's more of a concentrated situation. It's not just like this massive thing, and it sells out super quick. A good friend of mine who works for Blizzard, and I was talking to him the other day about the Overwatch situation, about the Hearthstone situation. Sorry, and
I don't know what that is.
The free Hong Kong Blitzchung thing. The guy got he was a grandmaster in I think Taiwan, and he put on goggles and then said free Hong Kong basically. The revolution.
That one.
That guy, yeah. So, but my friend works there, and I'm just kind of like, I was like, what's going on? And he goes like, man, I read about it on the internet. Like I had no idea. And he starts to like downplaying it. Then he just kind of chimes in like, hey, you want to go to BlizzCon? Like, stop asking me questions. You want tickets? And I'm like,
tickets. You want tickets?
But no, I have to pay for them. It's like because it's like it's not like he gets them for free. It's like no, you still have to buy them. So if you have to pay for them, like you just get them. You just.
Why would you even ask that? Like if I were to ask you, hey, you want tickets? Oh, you got to pay for it. So, well, no.
Yeah, like for one, when have I ever paid to go to a convention? Yeah. Actually, I paid to go to VidCon. That was the one I paid to go to.
Is that like $1,000?
No, I did VidCon. I did the community pass this year, and that was like I think I got it for like $160 because there was a coupon for like 30% off or something.
Okay.
And then it was like 15%. I don't remember. And then I went last year and I did the industry pass. So I went to all the classes, and that was $650, and that was a lot of money. And I don't feel like, because I feel like a lot of the content that they talked about there was all on the internet after the fact. So I'm like, oh, I spent all this money, and it was, it was cool. But then this year, because I have another channel with like 130,000 subs, I got access into the YouTube, like the YouTube lounge.
Yeah.
And like, that was cool because that stuff's catered, man. It's catered. It's nice. Ooh. I mean, there's so much money they throw out at VidCon. And it's not just YouTube. It's like other
alcohol.
Yeah. I went to the YouTube party. Yeah. And again, I walk in there and like, I maybe know like a couple people, but I'm not like super close with them or nothing. We've met a couple times.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit there and like attach myself to their group because I just felt that was kind of awkward.
Would it?
So, well, I mean, I haven't seen one of those guys in like 2 years, and when I first saw him, he had like 30,000 subs, and now he's over 1 million.
Yeah.
In like 2 years, he blew up, and he sees me. He's like, "Oh, hey, Mr. Jarbo, how's it going, man? We chit chat for a few minutes and stuff." And like, I don't know if you ever heard of Nerd City.
Nerd City? I haven't heard of them now.
He's big. He does like a lot of deep dives into YouTube and stuff. He was there. Him and I, we know each other. And again, it's like all part of this whole like commentary community sort of thing. We all kind of met a couple of years ago, but again, not close. So I just kind of like had a few drinks, had some food, and like left. Because it wasn't really much of a point. And that's kind of like the thing with these conventions is like, unless you know people, it's just not fun for me. I don't know how old you are. I'm 37. I'm old. I get bored of these things.
We're same age.
Okay. Yeah, it's like they get bored. I just get bored.
It's okay. Let's say conventions or events. Okay, let's say for example E3. I can do things by myself as long as I have appointments. I'm setting up appointments for gamings and testing out hands-on stuff. So I'll be fine because I have something there to keep me entertained. But yeah, as like a regular convention, let's say there's a lot of regular stuff we have here in LA. And I think Tiffany here mentions like not a fan of LA Comic Con, but I like WonderCon though. So let's say if I were to go to WonderCon, I need to have something like set up, planned, schedules, and all that. Then I'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to WonderCon one time when they first moved it to Anaheim.
Yeah.
In 2012, I went, and I walked around and I was like, wow, this is just like Comic-Con.
Yeah, same guys behind it.
Same booth, same people, same vibe. Yeah. It was nice. Except it was a lot closer. Anaheim's a lot closer than San Diego from LA. And then what was also funny was there was a high school volleyball competition.
Yeah,
on the other side
that's just weird.
The other side of the hall. So you're just like looking at like, so all the entryways to like all the girls volleyball competitions are all just like packed full of nerds.
Yeah.
That are just like eyeing the high school chicks, and then I'm all like, all right, guys, move along. Like, you're not making any of us look good here. None of us are looking good.
But it's a weird dynamic. Or even if you have like another group, any type of groups, it should be just like that con by itself. That's how you know when it's big and when it's cool. But it's cool that WonderCon is in Anaheim. But I loved it when it was in San Francisco because at the Moscone Center, it's just an excuse to go to San Francisco and have fun there. But
yeah. I mean, I never went to it up in Frisco. I would like to go. I spent like I haven't been there since 2009, but I went like 3 times in 2009.
Yeah.
Somehow randomly kept ending up in San Francisco. And I'm not even kidding. I just kept randomly ending up there when I lived in San Diego. So that's a trip. But it's a beautiful city and everything else. It'd be great to go spend some time there. Like Seattle is a beautiful city, and it's nice to just kind of head up there and check it out. But I think like conventions, I'd like to go to. I really want to go check out New York City Comic Con.
Oh yeah,
I'd like to go see that. I'd like to go see like PAX East because I'd like to go to Boston again. And then or like maybe PAX South because that's Austin, and Austin's a nice place.
Yeah, so it's just an excuse to go. Like, here's a cool convention, but it's also in a very cool city.
Yeah,
cool
like
area.
I went to an event called MythCon a year ago, and it was in Milwaukee. And so, like, I flew out to Milwaukee for a couple days, and there was a bomb threat called into the theater we were at. It was everyone knew it was fake. So we took it as an opportunity to walk through Milwaukee on a nice summer afternoon, or kind of pseudo fall afternoon, and go get drunk. And so, like we're just in Milwaukee is a gorgeous city. Like the downtown sector is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
it looks like Portland, but it doesn't feel like Portland. Okay. And so like doing that was really cool. And just like it's nice to go. That's what I'd like to do more. Like I'd love to be able to go and just like tour some of these cities and then get paid to do it. That's the biggest downside.
You should be a travel blogger.
Yeah, I should really just migrate to travel blogging. It's actually something I'm working on. I do this series. It's something I'm still kind of kicking around. It's called Wheelman, and the idea behind it is like I hate to shop, but my girlfriend loves to shop. So when she goes shopping, I get bored and I pull out my camera and just start kind of vlogging what I see.
Oh, is that like a third wheel man type of deal?
Like, the idea is like the wheel man's like the getaway driver.
Yeah.
Right. So
I'm
just kind of waiting around. Yeah. And so like I went to when I was in LA, I went to Galaxy's Edge and I shot I shot a lot of footage from Galaxy's Edge and I haven't even like touched it yet. So and I'm like I really should do that and then before the new movie comes out so there's I can get into the algorithm and whatnot. But then I would love to do like that Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser thing. Like find 4 people because get together, come up with the $3,500. And I was talking to you about this last night. I mean,
yeah,
it's legitimately like it's an all-inclusive experience. And so I don't know if the whole robe thing is accurate or not. I thought I read that somewhere. But I mean, you go in there and it's like the whole hotel is just it's just so insulated. And then you have an excursion, and the excursion is Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Right. And because they want to make it this all-inclusive experience, I really wonder if they're going to like section off Galaxy's Edge for like a couple hours and kick everybody out and then or like you can go in at nighttime or something, or like they're going to block it off. So then there's like no one from the outside in there to give you more of that isolated experience. Because I think that would be pretty cool. I think if you went,
cool. It's just the price. Oh my God.
The price is insane. But have you ever done a cruise?
Yeah, I have.
Like, yeah, I mean, like I took my girlfriend and I took our moms to go to Alaska 3 years ago. And that was like over $5,000 for 4 of us to go for a week.
Yeah, but okay, you get to go on a cruise and then go to Alaska. So it's like a new destination. You're actually traveling too. But this is just like a regular hotel, right? You're stuck. You're not going anywhere.
Well, yeah. Well, I get that. I get that you're not going anywhere. But I think it's like what it is they're going to put all that money into the experience.
Yeah.
And to the like imagine for a second if Universal or Warner Brothers, it'd be Universal, but Universal came out and they're like, we're going to do the same thing, but it's like it's Hogwarts, Yeah. And they take a hotel and they just remap the hotel and it's a Hogwarts experience, and you get to spend 4 days, like you get sorted, like you go through the whole process. You wear the robes, you eat in the Great Hall. There's all these events that are happening. You get to just kind of live this Harry Potter life.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Just like,
I mean, people
they get that hall and then the Sorting Hat, everything like there, and then just move around. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and then they do an excursion to Diagon Alley, right? Which they've already got it built. So then they can do some special events or something that are very unique, very specific to that. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm spitballing, but like that kind of thing. For one, I would do that in a heartbeat. I mean, just for one, the experience would be amazing. And how many kids would be like, begging their parents to take them to this. How many more so than Star Wars right now? I'd argue.
So you like the Harry Potter land at Universal?
I haven't been.
Oh, you haven't been?
I haven't been. I wanted to. I thought about making the attempt to go when I was in California.
Yeah.
But I was kind of on a budget, and the $150 to go to Disneyland for the day was a bit high. You know, I could have spent half that and like gone to Universal for the day, you know, and everything else. So that's kind of where I'm at on that thing. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, if they start, like Disney is really needing Spider-Man to like kick off this Avengers Campus thing.
Wow.
And
I'm not sure if I'm like excited about the Avengers Campus, like just the way it looks. It's just
I don't know. I mean, I was
nothing about it. It looks unique.
I was excited for Galaxy's Edge, and then I went. I didn't hate it, and I had fun.
Yeah,
but I also don't really
too.
feel the need to go back like anytime soon.
Yeah, because you already did it.
Yeah, I did it, and I got to hang out with my brother, which is great.
Yeah.
And then we just enjoyed having a good time and chilling and everything else. Because I'm like, he's 26, so and I'm 37, so I'm like 11 years older than he is. So it's like there's always been that age difference, but this was one of those like, nah, we're just hanging out, going to Disneyland for the day. And then I took him to Comic-Con for the first time since 2000, so he had fun. But it was just like, like this Avengers Campus thing is going to be this, I think I honestly feel like with the lack of success with Galaxy's Edge, they are like legitimately fearful of Avengers Campus. I think Spider-Man is going to be like the key. Which is why there's that whole rumor now about Sony or about Marvel trying to buy the rights to Spider-Man back for like $4 to $5 billion. Have you heard about that at all?
I think I vaguely heard about it. I didn't read too much into it.
Well, there's basically what's the rumor is that Marvel and Disney are looking to proposition Sony to outright purchase the rights to Spider-Man back for about $4 or $5 billion.
Yeah, so that's money. That's a lot of money. Yeah,
that's a lot of money. That's what they paid for all of Marvel in 2010. Yeah, but the thing is, Spider-Man is a big part of the future of the MCU. It's a big part of all this marketing and stuff. And and so Sony is kind of in this position to win if they want to bargain. I think Sony would be better off relicensing the character back to Marvel wholeheartedly, right? Like, don't sell it to them outright,
don't sell it, but
license it.
Continue the relationship they have currently.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, like, there was so much misinformation that was coming out when that whole thing was going down. Like, I still battle people about this all the time because the whole deal fell apart because of Sony. It did. People like to blame Disney for it, but what happened was 6 months before the release of Far From Home, Sony stopped talking to Marvel about the deal. 6 months. They kept them in the dark. And what happened around 6 months? Oh, Into the Spider-Verse won Best Animated Picture. So, with Venom having grossed 800 million or 860 million, I believe, and then that winning Best Animated Feature, even though it didn't do very well financially, it made under 400 million worldwide on a $90 million budget. So it's profitable, but it's still
it's still good. But then people loved it.
Yeah, people loved it now. I think if they re-released it in theaters like on a dead weekend or something, they could probably get people to go see it. Because that was a problem. It was up against Mary Poppins and Aquaman.
Aquaman, that was a huge opening.
Yeah, Aquaman did really well. Aquaman tanked Mary Poppins, Into the Spider-Verse, and Bumblebee.
And Bumblebee, I was so sad about Bumblebee. Like, that was like the like one of the best. Well, there's a lot. The only Transformers movie I liked was the first one, but then Bumblebee was actually pretty good too, and I was like kind of sad. But it still made enough money for a Bumblebee with a smaller budget, so I was happy about that.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen. I personally did not like the movie that much. Because Paramount like sent me a copy of it to review. Yeah. And so I sat down, and like the thing is like the opening 5 minutes, the battle for Cybertron was excellent.
Yes, yeah.
And the thing, that was a last minute addition. It was a last minute addition, like to the movie, because they have on the Blu-ray they have the original opening.
Yeah.
and the original opening is terrible. Like it's just terrible. And then they went and they kind of added it in like with like the last couple months up to production, or up until release. They wanted to add this 5-minute sequence in Cybertron.
Yeah.
And that really, I think, set the tone. But what bothered me about the movie was for one, the dialogue was terrible.
Oh, you didn't like the dialogue?
Oh, it's god awful. And then also Charlie as a character. I like Haley Steinfeld quite a bit, but Charlie as a character was just the worst. And I say that because
she didn't care about her family and all that.
Yeah, well, that and it's like there was there's deleted scenes about her friends.
Yeah.
Right, where it's like the two girls she worked with at Hot Dog on a Stick.
Yeah.
Like that were like totally like, oh, we can't really be your friend anymore because you're too gloomy. Mm-hmm. And then like she runs into them again. Like when they drive up to that party for no reason. They go to that party on the cliffside for no reason. I mean, there's really no reason for them to go to that thing. And then it's like just her gonna go jump off the cliff. It was just a setup for her to have another moment where she had to, test herself and fail before the end of the movie where she actually did do a dive and that saved the day. Like it was just the way I look at that movie is it reminded me tonally of Beethoven.
Yeah.
Like the kids movie Beethoven. Like
it felt
like an Ivan Reitman produced family friendly film from the early 1990s. And maybe that's what Travis Knight was going for. And the thing is, we're both, born and raised in Portland, Oregon. So, we got to represent. But it's like, I just kind of felt like, the two Decepticons were like, okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
John Cena was so over the top in that movie, even when he was trying to play it serious. It just like took like it. This the thing is like he's meant to be the straight man.
Yeah.
Right. He's meant to be the straight man, and he's hamming it up the whole time. And even if you watch his like deleted scenes, it's even worse. Like they went like, all right, yeah, we got Cena, so Cena just joke around, and just certain things didn't flow.
I'm okay with John Cena joking around, like even if he's playing it straight. Just like I thought of it as just he's adding for comedic effect, especially with the whole they're named Decepticons. No one sees this. Just stuff like that.
Well, yeah, so he says that, but then does nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't.
It's just like a joke. That's what I see it as.
And I see it as a joke, but it's like again, he's like the straight man.
Yeah.
So the comic relief was the guy who liked Charlie. I forget his name. Right, like he's the comic relief.
Yeah.
So you again, I didn't think the writing was good. But I mean, the movie was fine. I think it was shot well. It was acted well. I was entertained, but I wasn't like blown away because everyone was telling me it was great. Like it was like going to change my life.
I wouldn't say it would change your life. It's just a fun movie. It's just like a solid Transformers movie compared to the other ones. Likable characters. No juvenile humor. Like really like balls, testicles.
Okay, in that regard,
testicles.
I'll give you. Yeah.
Like teenage boy humor.
Revenge of the Fallen. That was interesting. That was such an interesting.
And they're like clanking around. It's like, okay, why would you have that?
That was funny. I will say this though. I enjoyed Transformers the first one the most, and then I think
me too.
Number three actually went dark. And
Dark is it Dark of the Moon?
Yeah, I think number three. I think they really tried to like do well with number three. Mm-hmm. Number two was just bad. Because the scripting, it was written during the writer's strike. It didn't have a lot of time. It got caught in that whole mess, and then the Age of Extinction was just Michael Bay wasn't even trying anymore.
Yeah.
Like you can tell in a Michael Bay movie when he's not trying, when the explosions are in the distance and they're just pyrotechnics and nothing actually blows up. Like that's how Michael Bay is not caring.
Yeah, it's just my biggest problem with Transformers is like they do the live action and it's like the Transformers are an afterthought because they focus on the actors first. and they try to squeeze in what the Transformers would do, and so sometimes the dialogue doesn't really feel like it's natural when they're talking back and forth. Especially when they have to like act around like a set, especially like the whole house scene in the first movie. Like I still enjoyed the first movie, but it's just like they're like an afterthought. Like we'll focus this and we're gonna squeeze them in, or even have Shia LaBeouf running around and then some quick shots of like blurry Transformers fighting in the background.
Yeah, well, what I enjoyed about Transformers, the first movie, was it was quintessential Michael Bay.
Yeah,
and he stole like all of his own shots, like,
especially with the slow mo, the camera rising.
Not only that, he stole a scene from The Rock.
Yeah,
at the end of The Rock, when Nick Cage has to activate the flares, the green flares, to let him know that it's clear. It's the same thing when Shia smashes the flares. It's the same shot. There's like
he does that in a lot of his movies, especially like Armageddon, like anything that's like a cool setup, like even like patriotic scenes with the flag, and then like the jets flying, like it's
cool. I mean, it's Michael Bay. It's what I love about Transformers though is, like, for one, the camera never stops moving.
Yeah,
like there's so much fluid motion in that movie. It's actually as far as like blockbusters go, it was very subdued for Michael Bay, at least as he got on the road, but it was still like peak Michael Bay, which is why I'm really interested in the Six Underground movie for Netflix. Because you heard about, you see the trailer for that one?
What was it?
Six Underground. It's Ryan Reynolds.
I saw the trailer, yeah.
And it's a Michael Bay movie. And it's
Michael Bay's directing that?
He directed it, and it's written by the guys who did Deadpool and Zombieland. And it's a it's a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
It's a Netflix movie. It's like
Netflix, man.
Like, I mean, I'm like, you got Michael Bay to do a Netflix movie, and it's just, and then you got like Martin Scorsese to do,
the Irishman,
The Irishman, and then it's like, this is the whole thing when I talk about, superhero movies being basically what's keeping cinema movies alive, theaters alive. It's because everyone's going streaming, and these movies are being designed for like your smartphone, and stuff.
It's a different world we live in. Yeah,
it's a super different world. Like I'll look at a movie where 10 years ago I'd be like, okay, well, yeah, I want to go see MacGruber. Like I'll go check out MacGruber in theaters. It looks pretty funny. Now I'm like, I'll wait for streaming. I'll wait for it to come on. Like I was looking through Hulu and yesterday, and they have Missing Link, the Leica movie.
I like Missing Link.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm probably gonna watch it tomorrow with my kid. And that's on Hulu right now. So is How to Train Your Dragon, the last movie.
The Hidden World one, yeah. That was enjoyable too.
That was on that. I haven't seen 2 or 3 yet. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, those came out this year. I mean, Missing Link was in April.
Yeah, that's very fast. It was on Hulu
already. Yeah, it's already on streaming. And then
streaming has changed the game.
Well, because they make more money up front with the royalties, I guess. Maybe people just aren't buying as many. It's probably what they are. They're just not buying as many movies anymore. If you go and you look at like box office return, like movies like The Lion King, which I think just comes out tomorrow or comes out this upcoming week on Blu-ray, like, that's going to sell well, maybe. Yeah. But it's like animated movies and Marvel movies, they'll do well. But a lot of other movies, they just don't sell well on DVD. And that is so where people, where like the back end earnings come in for some of these films to warrant a sequel.
Yeah. It kind of makes me sad because, especially now with Marvel, and then so Disney has figured out a way to with Marvel, it's already a proven formula. Star Wars is Star Wars. And then with the Disney movies, they're doing remakes. So they know how to get butts in the seats. And now it's just they changed the way people view movies, because now you can just feel like you can wait, and you can just watch stuff on streaming services now. And I think people are just okay with just staying home and watching a movie and not dealing with going to the theater unless it's like a big event movie now. It has to be like an event movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's that, and if you look at Joker,
Yeah.
all like the fear mongering surrounding that, and that brought people out. Like, well, I don't know, I'm gonna go and see what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, because a lot of people aren't like a lot of people can tell the difference between like fiction and reality, and so but there are people that are afraid like yeah, if you watch this you're gonna become a certain type of person. But now we're getting the same thing with Jojo Rabbit. Like I'm reading comments and I'm like, it's just it's a movie, it's a fiction movie, and it's a character that's all in the kid's imagination. But yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
excited to watch The Irishman. I just can't wait for because that's like he's a killer based on a true story, but no one's going crazy about it. Like, oh, how come no one's
I
saying
thought
like
it was
someone's gonna
about
end up
Jimmy
like that?
Hoffa. Yeah, I thought that's what The Irishman was about, was Jimmy Hoffa.
I don't remember the names of the characters. I just know that it's following what is it? Robert De Niro's character, who's the Irishman, aka whatever other guy, and then he's the hitman. He's gonna kill. He's gonna kill. What's his name?
Okay, in the 1950s,
Al
truck
Pacino.
driver Frank gets involved with the Russell Buffalino and his Pennsylvania crime family. As Sheeran climbs the ranks, become the top hitman. He also goes to work for Jimmy Hoffa, a powerful teamster tied. Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, Al Pacino's playing Jimmy Hoffa then.
Okay.
So they're like kind of buddies, but then what happens? What happens at the end?
No, I mean, I definitely want to see it. I love the Departed. I thought it was fantastic. I'd love to see. I'd love to see what these I do like Martin Scorsese. I will say the only movie of his I didn't like was Hugo.
Did he direct that? Hugo?
He directed that. Yeah, the last
Uh,
30 minutes of the movie, when it started getting into like film history
yeah.
about the first short film, like that was cool. But then it just but like it's so many bad character choices in that movie, and I'm very forgiving on story. And I was like, oh, that was bad.
Except for Bumblebee.
No, I mean, again, Bumblebee was character. I'm forgiving on story. I can still be critical. I can still enjoy it, but it was like certain things scared. Like okay, the whole thing in Hugo with the whole automatron, right, or whatever it was, whatever it's called.
I didn't watch Hugo, so
Okay, so it's like Hugo, like Hugo has this automatron, like this robot thing. He's trying to fix
yeah.
it, and like his dad had it, and like it was his dad's before he died, and his dad had like his journal, and then he ends up meeting Ben Kingsley, and Ben Kingsley finds the notebook, and he finds like the drawings, and he's like, "What is this?" And he's just like, "Give it to me," like, "Arr!" And they fight. And like, but like a kid, like, that's my dad's, and like, what do you mean? Like, oh, I got this. A kid would have told him what it was, and like, but the thing was, just there's stupid character choice after stupid character choice after stupid character choice. Like, I walked out of that movie just went like, this is what the did I just watch? Like, I was not happy. When the hell does The Irishman come out?
Oh my God! All this time I thought you were talking about like somehow I was confusing Hugo with Hidalgo.
No,
But
no, Hidalgo I like. Hidalgo
I haven't seen Hugo, so
Yeah,
I
no,
haven't
Hidalgo was
seen
good.
any of those movies.
I would have been like Viggo Mortensen and the horse, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
I have to watch that though. But yeah, no,
okay.
Martin Scorsese, like, yeah, a lot of his movies are just great. Like, I enjoyed what is it, Wolf of Wall Street? That was great. That was like
Yeah.
the first time I got to see like Margot Robbie and Shutter Island. I really loved it,
That's the
except for
first time
the
a lot of us
ending.
saw Margot Robbie.
Yeah, yeah,
So I complaining.
yeah,
I
yeah.
complaining.
Shutter Island, I loved. I just wish that the ending was different because I hate movies where they set something up and then you find out, oh, it was all a dream.
Yeah, not a fan of that myself.
Yeah. Because what was the biggest offender of that where it's like it's all in your mind. Because you're watching these movies, you want to be rooting for these characters, you're enjoying this actual adventure, and in the end, it's like it doesn't really matter. It's just what is it, Big Fish? Like the movie's still open to your interpretation because at the end everyone shows up like, oh, it is real.
Yeah, that part I thought was cool. Like the tall tales turned out to be real.
Yeah,
I still think Big Fish is one of Tim Burton's most underrated films. I mean, I'm trying to go other movies like the setup, like the end. I'm tired, so like my brain
yeah.
is not
Okay,
all the way there.
last topic then.
Yeah, because I said I came on like an hour ago, and I'll be on for like 30 minutes. I do have to get to bed though.
Yeah, but yeah, Tim Burton. The last movie that I enjoyed from him would be Sleepy Hollow, and ever since then, I don't think he's ever been able to like just capture just the group, just something where I was really invested with the characters and all that. Like Dumbo, I enjoyed Dumbo, but it wasn't like the greatest movie.
Yeah, Lewis gave me a copy of that.
Yeah,
and I haven't watched it yet. He gave me like a digital copy of it.
yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. It's one of those things where I'm like, I saw the trailer and I was like, I don't care. I just never cared. I just never cared. And he's like, you want? I'm like, all right, my kid might like it, you know.
Yeah. It depends, like, because I never really was a huge fan of the animated film Dumbo.
Yeah, well, it's a depressing movie.
Yeah, it's depressing. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's super depressing. The movie's like, oh, Dumbo separates from his mom, and then like there's like that weird drunk pink elephant thing.
Yeah,
and then it's like it's a sad movie, you know. And you're like, oh, there's the racist crows. Okay, at least now we're onto something.
But yeah, that's weird. Yeah, when I was like younger, like something depressing, I wouldn't want to watch it. Like Bambi with Bambi's mom dies. I don't want to watch that. But then, like with Lion King, it's even though it's depressing, that still has a lot of just lighthearted stuff, fun adventure, despite Mufasa being killed by the stampede. So it just depends on whether there's like a nice balance. But with Dumbo and Bambi, I just felt like the whole thing can feel depressing. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, well, Disney makes a lot of depressing movies. They used to, not so much anymore. They don't try anything anymore. They don't. They just, I mean,
But they still try things with like the animated stuff, like with the live action. I'm like, it could either be good or bad. It's just a remake, shot for shot, whatever. But I still enjoy their animated films, like Walt Disney Animation Studios, especially with Big Hero 6, with Tangled. I love Tangled.
Yeah, Tangled is great. I mean, like Big Hero 6. When are we going to get a sequel to that? I know they have a TV show, all right, but like Big Hero 6 for 2014 was amazing.
Yeah,
like because I hated Frozen. Like I hated Frozen.
Oh wow. I enjoyed Frozen. Music was great.
Well, for me, the thing with Frozen that got me was like, I'm watching it. So I worked at the drive-in.
Yeah,
and we had it like it's preview night. We had it from preview night right before Thanksgiving 2013 all the way to the week after it hit home video, March of 2014. Mm-hmm. That's a long time to have Frozen. This was a 2-screen theater.
Yeah.
So I heard Let It Go a lot.
Okay, so the first time you watched it, did you enjoy it?
The first time I watched it, I was annoyed at all the funny stuff with Olaf was in the trailer.
Okay.
Because the trailer made it out to be a lot funnier than it was. I was watching it. I was perplexed by character choices. Yeah. Like Anna's character. Like first off, it starts off you have like the love trolls, and I'm like, what are these things? No explanation. Not even at the end. There's no explanation for the love trolls, right? And then it's like like Olaf and Hans or Kristoff and Hans or whatever. Kristoff, whatever the human is, Kristoff, I think, right? Mm-hmm. He ends up living with the love trolls. We don't even really get much explanation for that. He just disappears from his family. And there we go. And then it's like, okay, well, Anna and Elsa's parents, they lock Elsa away and then they go on a trip and they die and whatever. That's standard Disney, fare. And so then it's, like she, it was Elsa comes out, Anna meets the prince, whatever. And then the prince is like, they just meet. And she's like, oh my God, I want you, like I want you in me. Yeah. And then it's like, and then Elsa does her thing and Elsa takes off into the mountains, like within like an hour, and then Anna's like, I'm the only one that can save my sister. You new dude I just met, you're in charge. Okay, fine. Like I get that it's a logical choice. Yeah. But she takes off. Okay, fine. And then the next time we see him, he is like, he's going like, he's telling the people, okay, make sure they have blankets, make sure they have food. He's being a leader. He's directing the aid where it needs to go. He's doing what needs to happen. And then you're like, that's good. He's on the up and up. And then the next time we see him after that, he's like, no one ever loved you. And you're like, wait, where did this come from? Like, where did this come from? We have no indication of this.
Hey, that's how some people are, where you never really know until
no. But when you're telling a story, and it's a narrative feature, you have to lay breadcrumbs. There were no breadcrumbs, none whatsoever. It was just like a left field, hit in the face with the salmon. What the hell's happening? And I look at my buddy, and I will catch flack for this. I look at my friend, and I just point blank go, I bet you $100 this was written by a woman. And he goes like, I bet so too. And it's written Jennifer Lee. And the thing is, I say that it's sexist to say, I admit, but the reason why I said it was because that left field was a personal experience. That was a personal experience. That was her personal. Someone had done that to her in her life, and that was like that.
No, so you're saying you never had anything happen in your life that's left field as a guy?
I've had things happen left field as a guy 100%. But again, my life isn't a movie. Sometimes it is, because I do a lot of crazy stuff. But like,
no. I get what you're talking about. Like with the movie, you still have to like serve the audience. You gotta really,
you have to
things out.
It's a kids movie. You really,
especially a kids movie,
But the thing is, like, my girlfriend, I just like, I kind of rolled my eyes at the end of it. I mean, the animation was great. I wanted to like it. That's the thing that was most confusing. And then so my girlfriend comes to see it a couple weeks later, and we're watching it, and I thought, she might have a different opinion. And she just kind of gets halfway in. She goes like, "What's the message of this movie?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "But there's like the message is all over the place. Like, trust your instincts, don't trust your instincts, trust that dude, don't trust that dude. Like, what's going on? This movie tells me nothing."
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is like, it's really just, it's a movie, and that's it. Like, the story is the characters are fine. And then it was 2015 in front of Cinderella. They did the Frozen Fever, that short film.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked that. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed that, because I think that had a beginning, a middle, and an end that made sense. Never mind the fact that I was like hype as hell for Cinderella, because I thought that was great. Mm-hmm. I'm a big Downton Abbey fan, so you had like a couple of Downton Abbey actors in that movie, so I was excited. And then they Frozen 2 could be better. I don't think I'll rush out to go see it, but I'll watch it when like it comes out on home video.
Yeah.
I mean, I might go see it just so I can sit there and do like an angry review. This movie was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, it was garbage.
That's why. That's why part of me was like kind of sad. Like, Frozen really took off compared to Tango, because I think Tango is underrated. It still made a lot of money, and people loved it, but it just didn't compared to Frozen.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, let's forget about Tango.
Well, I mean, they turned it into a TV show.
Yeah, the TV show, yeah. But I understand why people love Frozen. Like, I enjoyed Frozen. I love the comedy. I love the breaking of the stereotypes. Like, the typical princess, she falls for a prince like the first day they meet. Here, they're showing that, and then you can see like the point of view of Elsa's like, "What are you doing? You're nuts. You're crazy. Stop this." So there are like a lot of things that I really enjoyed about it, just with the comedy aspect and the music. But yeah, Tangled, I'm like, this is it. This is good.
Yeah, no, that was, I mean,
this is emotional too.
Like Wreck-It Ralph. I really liked Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
That was really good. It was funny too, because I saw it when it first came out, and the first time I saw it, I didn't necessarily dig it. Right? I didn't hate it, but I was like, I didn't connect with it.
Yeah.
Not in the way I thought I would, because I'm a big gamer. So I thought I would, like, grew up in the 90s and stuff, 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you why. Because most of the movie was about Candyland, like a racing part. And I'm like, give me more of these video game references, because the moment they went serious with like just the whole racing aspect with Vanellope von Sweets, I'm like, it kind of lost me. Like I wasn't invested in it, because I don't want to see this part of the story. I want to see more of just
going into different games and
different games. That's what I want to see. Like Wreck-It Ralph, I want to see him do that.
Yeah, but then I bought the Blu-ray when it came out a few months later,
Yeah.
and and it actually for about for a few months there, it actually kind of became the nightly movie I would pop in before going to bed.
Wow.
I would just start watching it before going to bed and stuff because it's just sort of comforting. And then, but like Wreck-It Ralph 2 didn't do that for me at all. Enjoyable,
Yeah,
but
I was enjoyable, but I was very disappointed with it too,
yeah,
especially
because
with
again,
the
focusing
whole
on the
internet
racing.
thing. Yeah, the racing thing again. Like, just show me more of the other stuff.
Yeah, give me more of like jokes about the internet. Plus, anything with Bill Hader in it is always good in my mind because I'm a big Bill Hader fan. So I mean, there's a lot there that that Disney does animation wise. But
yeah,
I'll tell you what I would love to see is I'd love to see Sony get back into animation because I feel their animated movies, with the
with
exception
like
of the
Cloudy with the Chance of Meatball.
yeah, and I love Cloudy. Like I
Yeah.
love
So
Cloudy.
we'll end it with there. We just went to Sony now, so
Yeah, no, there's a lot going on. Like Sony,
there's a lot going on.
There's a lot there.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean,
All
well,
right,
there's a
so
reason why Phil Lord and Chris Miller
Yeah.
produced Into the Spider-Verse and why it was as good as it was.
Yeah.
Because those dudes get it, and I still think Kathleen Kennedy was dumb for firing them off of Solo. I really would love to see what they did, how that stuff came together.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they did. How they did. So we'll find out the next time we talk about this. We'll end it right here. So it'll be like a nice segue.
Yeah.
The next time we do
I
this,
can go to bed because once I start getting real tired, man, I'll just like start talking. I won't stop. It'll be pretty bad.
All right. So thanks for watching. And then also we have the Dr. Sleep premiere tickets giveaway. It's going to be on Instagram and Nerd Reactor Instagram. And also check out, we're going to do it on Sunday when we talk about Watchmen. So stay tuned. And with that, thanks for being on the live stream. And also thank you to Lewis, who was on here before. So you can follow Matt on $3 Theater and Lewis on Nerd Report, and also me, Nerd Reactor. And any last words?
Subscribe to Nerd Reactor if you haven't already.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.
Good night.
Night.